back. And Warren Harding and Coach Arnold admiring his Raiders running the court in the first half. Mario Manningham with the early take off the glass, Harding up 6 and still running later on. This time Joe Finnessy slows it down with a long jumper. Then Tyson Rowland, Josh Johnson, little give and go here, and Johnson with the finish. Raiders with a 10-point lead in the first quarter, but Mario Manningham not done. Watch him hit the triple from the far side. Maslin just outgunned against Harding again tonight. The Raiders roll. Put the exclamation point on. There it is, 78-70. Raiders are winners. Big rivalry over in the Metro tonight. Niles and Howe.
Take you to the left.
Ultimate highlight. Brought to you by.
Very excited about it, and he was asking all the guys on the team about wheels to put, nice rims and wheels on his truck.
Yeah, those are nice wheels, huh? Steph got those?
Yeah. I was leaving to go home. I find Leandro's brand new car raised up on jacks in our parking lot at America West Arena in Phoenix with Steph, who had called in some people from a car auto shop to come put wheels on that Steph bought for Leandro. Coach D'Antoni called a 9 a.m. Morning meeting in Milwaukee to go over the plays of Chicago, and Scott Williams whispers to me that we just traded Stephon Marbury and Penny Hardaway and Cesare Trabanski to the New York Knicks. The trade has been tough on us. We've had a very challenging season this year. Not only on the court with a disappointing record this year, but injuries have plagued us this year, and of course trades. So it's been tough, but we deal with it as best we can as part of the NBA. I'm understanding that now. I'm a young player in this league, and but we're still trying to make it work. I'm still enjoying the game of basketball. I'm Casey Jacobson, Phoenix Suns. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Casey Cam, and we will check you next time.
All creativity. Keep Van Horn on the scoop.
Mason can fly.
That was a ham sandwich.
Alley-oop. Mason slams it in one-handed.
Maggette is fouled. Pushes down Martin, and Martin takes a swing. Watch pitch started. No. Mason. Yes. Nice one. Wilcox with his third jam of the game.
Mason filling the lane with gusto.
Martin attacking. Knocked outside. Scalabrine. Kid bounces off the glass to Jefferson. They are breaking out all the tricks tonight. best from Sunday night includes Andre Miller, who had a season.
Final here. I think that type of juice, that type of passion.
Today outside the lines, a man with a huge mission, Isaiah Thomas in New York.
Sandcart right arm swinging. We got a big one going in the stadium. Big melee here in Chicago Stadium.
He was the NBA's angelic assassin.
Detroit is the city of champions again.
The champion bad boy with the winning smile that only slightly masked the killer instinct which brought him 2 rings, a Hall of Fame plaque, and often bruised feelings in his wake.
Here's Isaiah. Let's see what we got. All the way up. Go!
But Isaiah Thomas has always been more than a fiercely proud player. There is the executive, the actor, the celebrity, the salesman. In sports, an owner, a coach, and now president of the New York Knicks, the latest role in his unique career arc.
As a black man, you know, I've seen so many guys come through sport and they get to the end of their career and there's no plan. There's nothing for them to do. Well, this isn't a poor athlete story here today.
Thomas broke the mold early, leaving college after Indiana's 1981 national championship, leaving as a sophomore when that was unusual.
Is it the toughest thing you've ever had to do?
No.
Not at all.
I've done a lot tougher things. As a matter of fact, it was pretty easy, you know, deciding whether to take $1 million or go back to school.
The Pistons were his only team in a 13-year career. At his retirement, he appeared poised to join the Pistons front office.
I will be a Piston for my entire career. Because of his strong personal commitment, I'm also able to announce that I will be a Piston for the rest of my life.
But his relations with his own front office were strained. That job never materialized. So Thomas became the first GM of the expansion Toronto Raptors. But 2 years later, his bid to buy control of the Raptors failed, and he was gone. He cooled his heels for a while in television and then bought the entire Continental Basketball Association. But when Larry Bird walked away from his successful run as coach of the Pacers, Thomas succeeded the man he had battled nose to nose.
Tonight, we're here to make the announcement that we've chosen Isaiah Thomas to replace Larry here as our head coach.
There were 3 edgy years in Indy. His teams improved, but each year were seen as underachievers, eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Larry Bird returned as Pacers president in July, and within 5 weeks, he fired Thomas as coach. Bird was reportedly unimpressed with the level of effort from Thomas and his staff to improve the club. This time, Isaiah Thomas spent only 4 months in the basketball wilderness as the Knicks, a once mighty but now diminished franchise, turned to his ability to win anyway, anyhow, regardless of who or what is standing in his way.
Right now, recent history stands in his way. A struggling New York.
It's been called the Mecca of basketball, an arena that once pulsated to the peerless playmaking of Clyde Frazier and the virtuosity of the 2-time NBA champs of the early 70s.
When we were playing, we had a tremendous crowd. There are nights in this building when just we playing on the 5th floor of a building that you could actually feel the building vibrate.
But that was another millennium. For the past 2.5 seasons, the Knicks have been hanging out on that ugly corner of faceless and irrelevant.
This is the bunny.
It's bad enough if you're bad in New York, but to be boring in bad New York, you have no chance.
I think Madison Square Garden and everybody in New York gets worried when there's indifference.
Owner Jim Dolan wanted to rid his roster of edgy players like Latrell Sprewell. In doing so, the Knicks became terminally bland, which is why Isaiah Thomas was summoned.
Thank you very much.
To deliver wins eventually and to bring back the buzz immediately.
It's big night in New York.
If I can unlock the safe, they say it's a lot of jewels in there. Well, I want to see.
When Thomas took over for Knicks president Scott Layden December 22nd, he wasted little time, dismantling nearly half his roster, starting with Clarence Weatherspoon and his $15 million contract. And in his coup de grace, Thomas snared the Brooklyn-born point guard Knicks fans have been starving for. Stephon Marbury.
Very rarely do you get a chance to connect a player such as Marbury with his hometown and create this type of electricity and buzz.
I see in Isaiah as a general manager the same kind of guy he was as a player. I mean, he'd go through a brick wall. You know, he was tough.
He has the guts to pull the trigger. He has a terrific charisma to him also.
On Thursday, the electricity was surging through the Garden like it hasn't in years. Marbury's home debut. But by the middle of the first quarter, the Knicks were down 23-2, and Thomas experienced a cruel introduction to the manic ride that defines the job of running the Knicks.
I'm standing next to Woody Allen, you know, and he says to me, there'll be better nights because they won't miss so many wide open shots. And I'm like, man, everybody know the game here. I mean, everybody knows the game.
What was the first thing that happened to you since you got this job that made you realize how little you knew about New York?
After the first game here, Spike Lee, Chris Rock, and Jay-Z took me and my son out to dinner. And we went to Jay-Z's place, and they were telling me about New York and how New York really is.
Is he a New York kind of guy, Jay?
Yes, because he's Detroit and New York, you know, they're hard-working, blue-collar towns, and, you know, he understands what it is, the bad boys, and he understands what New York embodies. We're tough here, we're tough.
He's a kid that grew up in a tough area of Chicago and maybe succeeded against the odds, and that's what New York is about.
Apparently, Thomas defines toughness differently than some of the players he's inherited. In the first game after he was named Knicks president, Thomas watched Latrell Sprewell spew profanities at owner Jim Dolan, while his Knicks ignored the indignities.
What did that tell you about the players on your team?
Well, not really so much about the players, but just the depth of where we were as a Knicks franchise, how low we had become.
Thomas let them know it would never happen again, not on his watch and not in his house.
I was remembering how I used to feel walking into Madison Square Garden. I felt like I had absolutely no shot at winning the game if we didn't play at A+ level. I mean, if we played at A level, I mean, the crowd, not the players, the crowd was going to beat you.
That crowd hasn't been around to beat anybody. But since Thomas hit town, the Knicks have sold out the Garden regularly.
Isaiah is one of those guys that makes things happen. You see that here tonight. It's electric. It's what New York's all about.
When you look at who has succeeded in sports in New York, not just basketball, a lot of times the formula appears to be a big presence, a huge personality. Pat Riley, Bill Parcells, George Steinbrenner. Do you see yourself as someone of that kind of presence?
Excuse me. Hell no. You talk about me. I mean, I'm a kid from the west side of Chicago, okay? Curtis Mayfield had a song called Ghetto Child. And that's kind of what I live by, and that's kind of like my theme song. And I still see myself as, you know, that little ghetto child who's just trying to get out and trying to be and trying to overcome.
Mike and the Mad Dog with Isaiah Thomas.
For now, Thomas is trying to overcome the apathy, the culture of defeat that festers in this franchise, and quiet the whispers that he's not executive material.
Why would you put your reputation on the line where failure in New York can be so spectacular?
Failure has never been an option for me. And, you know, if I can come from the west side of Chicago and, you know, get out of the neighborhood that I got out of, you know, and be alive, you know, I mean, I can do this.
Mark Schwartz report.
Of each statistical category, but there's no I in team, so Nuggets, as a team, trying to snap a 13-game skid at Arco Arena against the Kings. First quarter, Kings movement. Vlade finds Peja Stojakovic have some. Page, the third leading scorer in the NBA. Second quarter, though, Earl Boykins, no. Carmelo Anthony had his back. Rook out of Syracuse doing work. 37-35 Kings. Mike Bibby, buzzer, 3. Holler. Bibby at 18, 57-54 Kings. Now, the basketball gods gave LeBron the gift of vision, but Carmelo had a little bit granted to him as well. He had 22 points. Into the third, Boykins, 5'5" tall, beats the buzzer. Both teams shot better than 50%. Fourth quarter, Carmelo gets the pass from Nene, and Carmelo gets the jam. He also had 12 boards, 7th double-double of the year, but the man was Peja Stojakovic. 3 wet. Page at 33 points, 9th game this year of 30 points or more. Kings win by 11.
Mavericks Pistons, Darko bobblehead night taking a backseat to Detroit's defense. They've gone 38 regular season games without allowing a team to crack a 100-point barrier. That's an NBA record. Antoine Walker there gets it to go. It's 55-55 at the half, so they're more than halfway to the 100 if you're a Maverick fan. Fourth quarter, Pistons up 92-81. Chauncey Billups goes nuts with a 3. And if you get tired of watching him, go ahead and guard him. Man was 7 of 10 from three-point range, 27 points. 101-83 Detroit. Less than 5 to go. Tayshaun Prince, the dish to Ben Wallace with 17 points, 13 rebounds. So that's crazy offense in Detroit when Ben goes for 17. The outcome not in jeopardy. The century mark is Tony Delk hits it. Mavs break it. 115-102. Lose will break the streak. And well, Duke may owe him. One Wahoos have beaten him the last 2 games at home. Devin Smith, over-the-shoulder pass. Gary Forbes, nice dunk. Cavs down just 3 on the home floor. Final second of the first half. Luell Deng misses the 3, but you know you got to follow your shot or at least hope it just bounces right back to you so you can follow and get it at the buzzer. Duke by 8 at intermission. After getting some drinks and toweling off, they came back out. Sheldon Williams missing. Jason Clark finally gets it and the foul. Duke lead at 14 at that point. Later in the second, 16. Dang, bounce pass. You like that? The floor is your friend. To Williams, who scored 17 of his 21 points in the second half. Duke wins 93-71.
We bang it in the Big Ten. Indiana, Michigan. Second half, IU up 7. Michigan coming back. Marshall Strickland loses it. Lester Abram gets the steal, taking it the other way. Keep that thing real. +1. Abrams 9.6 boards. Mike Davis needs a hug or therapy or something. Free throw made it a 4-point game. A minute to go on the inbounds. Hoosiers trying to get open. Nobody can break free. Called for a 5-second violation. Michigan fans acting like Tom Brady went to school there, which he did. And then Lester Abrams takes a shot. Sean Klein with the rejection, loose ball. Donald Perry got it back, but he's out of bounds. Michigan one last chance. Bernard Robinson, jumper, Loose ball, Deion Harris, jumper, Here's the consolation, wouldn't have counted. Hoosiers score more than 50 for the first time in 3 games and win it.
And I just continue to stress that every time that I had an opportunity to speak, of that there's no need for panic. There's 16 weeks that's guaranteed to us. There's only 2 losses. Now, obviously we didn't go 14-0, but we put ourselves in position, obviously, to be in where we're at right now.
McMahon throws towards the goal line, caught, touchdown. The Eagles have dug themselves out of a hole.
It's just been me going out there having fun. You know, not going out there, just going out there, just putting everything that happened early in the year away, of just trying to be too perfect, trying to be so precise that it's taking me away from my game. You know, and what I did was I just sat back and watched some old film and just said, you know what, I'm not having fun. I need to go out here and just play reckless football.
I think you were hurt, and I don't think you've talked about it much.
No, I never would bring it up.
But what, you were hurt?
I was banged up, yeah.
What was hurting the most?
Well, I mean, the thumb and my grip, you know, because I wasn't able to grip it the way I want to. Normally, you know, when I drop back in the pocket, I just have one hand on it. I'm not sitting back there with 2 hands on the ball. So if your grip's not where you want it to be, you're not able to release it the way you want.
Last Sunday morning, while waiting for the Seahawks-Packers game to begin, McNabb was getting restless.
I just kept anticipating, you know, getting out there and playing. I was just getting hungry. I talked to the rest of the guys, and they had that same feeling. And, you know, we just couldn't wait around to after Green Bay won or Seattle won. We wanted to get out and get some work in, and it was about 8 of us out there just throwing routes through the route tree, running backs, running routes, you know, just working on my timing and just making sure things were there.
So, Andy, you didn't call this practice.
No.
You essentially called this practice.
Yeah, I called it, and it was just, you know, being the leader of this team, you know, you want nothing but success here. And, you know, we're in a position where we obviously can write our own ticket. And the way about doing that is just us coming together, realizing the situation, and in doing that, making sure that we're ready.
There's been teams before that you've led to the championship game. Is there more pressure on this team?
Anytime a team that makes it to the NFC Championship twice, there's going to be a little bit more, you know, anticipation, being hungry to get there because we've been so close. But I think this year's a lot different. You know, I think this year, confidence-wise, we feel we can get there.
It was my third championship game I finally got, so, you know, 3 times a charm.
I hope so. Bring some of that luck over here.
McNabb played some of his best football over the last half of the season. It's continued on Sunday.
Antonio, 0-3 in Houston. Quarter number 3, Paul Pierce, 3. Dropping that like it's hot. Pierce, 27 points. Celtics, 11 of 22 from 3-land. And then Chris Mihm right in Yao Ming's mug. Boston up 7. Later fourth, Walter McCarty kicks it to Uri Welsh, 3. Booyah! Welsh had 21 points, 7 of 8 shooting. Celtics win this game, 97-93. He threw punches on the court with an opponent who he...
When you brought Marbury here, did you have any sense of what that would mean to these fans?
No, I didn't. I knew the story, hometown kid coming back, but I didn't know the story. I think all of New York City feels like they raised Stephon Marbury. They saw him win. They knew him win. And every New Yorker has a story about Marbury.
People are saying that you're going to be the coach of this team at some point. Is that still a bug that you want to satisfy?
I have too great a responsibility right now to get this thing turned around than to try to coach the team. You know, down the road I can end up coaching someplace else. Or you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
How do you honestly feel about Larry Bird right now?
Honestly, I like Larry. I don't dislike him. I dislike what we went through, and I don't like the way he handled what we went through. But do I have anything personal against Larry? No. But if you're talking about competing, and it's me against you, and best man win, oh, well, let's get it on.
Oh, they done got it on.
Coming pulling away now from the Lobos. But it's back to a 6-point game. Midway second half, and Jay Strait has to hit the lay-in. Wyoming holds off a game. Lobos team wins it by 5 behind 30 points and 14 rebounds from Granger in a losing effort for New Mexico. Adams 24-6 in the win.
At the half, we're in the third quarter now. Cavs on a 10-4 run to close the third. LeBron James 16 points. 5-point Cavalier lead after 3. Fourth quarter, Horace Grant misses. Devin George, the nasty putback in the top 10 nomination. Lakers up 5. George had a half rack. Fourth quarter, we're still in it. Gary Payton backs down Kevin Ollie, hits the jumper. Payton with 13. The Lakers win 89.
From Boomer to Boomer Sooners. 7th-ranked Oklahoma, top-ranked UConn. Back to Okafor, well, they ain't got nothing like him out there in the oil patch. Ben Gordon to Okafor, that's a jam. Okafor dunking, that seems to be a good play, so we'll run it again. Just go the other way. UConn by 17, and there you see it. Thank you. UConn led 39-20 at the half, and then they continue to pile it on. It's a 30-point lead when Talik Brown ahead to Okafor, and again, high percentage shot. He'd make a free throw after that. Still in the second, OU down 32. Goodness. They come to Connecticut, the tour of ESPN, about the best thing that happened to them. Okafor the block, Denham Brown, length, court, lay-in. Okafor 21 points, 10 rebounds, 9 blocks. So close to that tripled up. Jim Calhoun said his team had flashes of being exceptional. That would be exceptional. Talik Brown to Rashad Anderson. Look at it again. A sick pass. UConn wins 86-59. Kelvin Sampson says that's as good as he's seen in the last 10 years.
Number 8, Georgia Tech. Number 13, North Carolina. Heels own G-Tech. And here's how we know. Top 3 reasons why Carolina dominates the Ramblin' Wreck. They haven't lost to them at home since '96. 20-4 all-time at home against G-Tech, and lead the all-time series 54-16. Reason number 4, well, we're about to show you. Melvin Scott distilled ahead to Raymond Felton. Do your thing, baby, do your thing. G-Tech, a season-high 24 turnovers. Then McCants, Bunnies, Yeast, Rise. Heels hit 12 of their first 19 shots. More Rashad McCants off the miss. Oh, my goodness. Rashad had 17 points. Sean May is just a man. Did work inside all game. 28 points, 8 boards. That's coming off of 23 and 16 the last game. Second half, Heels on the roll. Felton had 25 points, 9 assists. May and McCants cut it out, guys. He'll score 100 points for the 4th time this year. First time since 94. They had 4 100-point games in one season. They went to the Final Four that year, win it big.
5 just doesn't get any better than that. Arizona's Bo Molbach. Watch this, and oh no, against Cal. And even he had a smile at his teammates. He won't live this one down for a while. And speaking of living down, Western Kentucky's Nigel Dixon, look out! Shades of Darryl Dawkins and flying chocolate thunder. Western Kentucky against Arkansas.
Though it is a big business. Nike's paying LeBron James nearly $100 million. Based only on the skills he displayed in high school. Young athletes are seeing that they can make millions without so much as playing a single game in college. The stakes are getting higher and higher for the young and the gifted. Mark Schwartz has the story of one such young man.
By 7th grade, O.J. Mayo was a Kentucky high school legend.
They set a screen for him. He takes it down the lane, stuffs it.
He averaged more than 23 points a game, had his own website, and was featured in an ESPN documentary on basketball in the Bluegrass State.
You know, everyone wants to see you throw off the backboard and dunk. Everyone wants to see a 360. But just trying to please everyone, that's a lot of pressure.
Last year, a well-known recruiting service ranked Mayo the best 8th grader in the nation. In a Star Search world, it's never too early to crown the next American Idol.
People say I'm next to LeBron James. I don't say I'm next to LeBron James. I just look at me as O.J. Mayo.
A lot of times I'm places and he's the topic, and people don't know that I'm his father, or, you know, so they're saying that, you know, he's the next LeBron's, or, you know, here comes another kid that's going to be a $100 million kid.
That's a compliment, but I'm just in 9th grade. You know, they see LeBron as a junior and senior. And I might not go out and do the dunks LeBron do, you know, the passes LeBron does, and maybe people get disappointed, but I'm just in 9th grade.
As a 7th grader, Mayo was too young to play high school varsity basketball in Ohio. So every day, he crossed state lines into Kentucky, where 7th graders are allowed to compete with upperclassmen. By 8th grade, the 6'3" point guard led Tiny Rose Hill to its first state tournament ever.
Number 32. O.J. Mayo.
He was first team All-State. When Mayo transferred last spring to Cincinnati's North College Hill High, his first day at the new school was a media event.
Reporters, you know, following you is just something that I've never experienced before. I didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, he was on the front page of the Enquirer 4 or 5 straight days.
How has LeBron changed life for guys like O.J. Mayo?
Probably made it a little bit harder, just because the media always chases people like that now. They always want to see who the best is. They always want, I mean, they start now recruiting fifth graders, you know. They start real early now, and it's hard really for kids to have a normal life.
His new coach, Jamie Mahaffey, marvels at Mayo's maturity in handling a mountain of expectations.
Even adults are wondering, why is he getting all this attention? Who does he think he is? And it's not him. It's the media doing this to him. He's just a great basketball player, a good student.
Last April, Mayo left his mother, 2 siblings, and everything he knew, moving 2.5 hours away to this apartment complex in suburban Cincinnati. He lives here with his grandfather and his uncle, the 2 men who are guiding his basketball dreams. And it's no coincidence the apartment is only 100 yards away from a place Mayo spends so much of his time, his high school gym.
My grandfather, you know, lives here, so for him to keep me focused and not get the big head, not for me to, you know, to stop working, being satisfied where I'm at, I thought, you know, it would be better for me to move here, where I know he would have me in the gym every day, and he would, you know, help me make the right decisions.
Almost every night, Mayo pushes past exhaustion. And often past 11 o'clock.
He knows that we're going to push him harder than maybe his normal coaches would, because we know his capability.
Sometimes he fires up 500 shots a night, and that's after 2+ hours of practice with his high school team.
Why does he work that hard?
He never wants to fail. People and people have said this to him. You know, they want him to fail.
No one's going to hand me my dreams. Something that you got to go out and get. Nothing's handed, nothing's free in this world. I have to work for everything.
What keeps you working?
LeBron.
Why do you relate so much to him as opposed to Garnett, McGrady, Duncan, Kobe?
Because none of them had the type of high school hype that he had. I don't recall none of their games and play on ESPN.
I just watched the best high school player I've ever seen at this stage in high school.
None of them expected for their first year to be the Kobe Bryant of the league, for him to be the savior of the league.
What has LeBron James taught O.J. Mayo?
He's taught him how to slow down, really. If you talk to O.J. now, I mean, you know, he's like, well, man, he jumped straight to the NBA. You know, right now, O.J. wants to go to college.
Have a great high school career, you know, win a couple of state championships, go to college, win some national championships, and go to NBA and win a couple of NBA titles.
Speculation is that Mayo, who turns 18 before his junior season, may challenge an NBA rule that prevents players from entering the draft before their high school class graduates.
Woo! Big game. Let's go.
If I happen to be that good when when I'm a junior, then anything can happen.
LeBron James raised the bar when it comes to all things high school, but Mayo is not necessarily trying to clear it. In fact, he says he favors the game and the route taken by Carmelo Anthony. For Mayo and his family, James represents a cautionary tale, littered with retro jerseys, Hummers, and intense media scrutiny.
Just looking at the LeBron's thing, everybody want a piece, everybody want a touch, you know, everybody want something from OJ or to gain something from him. You know, we try not to trust anyone.
Mayo says he worries that somewhere, somebody might be outworking him. And a few weeks ago, he found another reason to push himself to his limits. You see, O.J. Mayo used to be the #1 player in his age group.
Right now, I think he's ranked '2. And that kills him, you know, because he wants to prove people wrong. He wants to prove that he is #1.
That being #2 is pushes me. Next year rankings come out, it has to be a definite #1.
Taylor King's the player who has unseated Mayo as the king of the 9th grade universe. King has already made a verbal commitment to
jumping around quite a bit. Oh, it's really sweaty. I'm just wringing wet when I get through there. The bottom part smells, the top part smells, and it's the glue that really smells in there. Sometimes it knocks me out, sometimes with the way it smells.
We got great stuff that day, but a lot of it we couldn't use. That's because the Bears were a losing team, and George was as frustrated as every other Chicago fan. He'd start criticizing the coaches and then yelling at the players, and we knew we couldn't put that on the air. Imagine George Halas's reaction if he saw his team being heckled by its own mascot.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck Christ. Where the hell are you playing at? Oh, brother. Who is that 39? Huh? There was 3 guys around him. What the hell you call that? Yeah, what a stupid call that was. Come on, let's go, you guys. Jeez, brother. Look at that. Look at this. Fuck Ryan out loud. Holy man. What do you call that? What do you call that? Brother, holy jumping jeepers. What's the matter with you guys? All right, it's about time. Okay, now. All right, Dick, out of the I'll kneel down and you'll get a joker behind you and he'll say, come on, George, move it, will you? Get out of the way, or something like that. The last couple of years, they had a fella that was sitting down there on the sideline. Yeah, he gave me a pretty hard time. He was really belligerent. He was really rough. He started throwing things at me and stuff like this. But I have a lot of fun with the people out there. And as far as getting them riled up, I don't have no problem with them. All I do is raise my hands and they're ready to scream. All right, gang! Sometimes they bring their kids and I take pictures with them and the kids get a bang out of throwing peanuts to me. How do you guys like the ball game so far? Huh? Talk out loud so we can hear you. How do you like the ball game?
It's doing pretty good.
Yeah, do you think the Bears are going to win it? My dad passed away when I was pretty young, and I always loved sports. And I used to go to the ball games when I was a little kid, and I used to admire
to be with the guys, and 2 weeks later having surgery, hurry up and trying to get it back. So I've been so focused with trying to get everything going back that I really tried not to look at the fact that it hurt so much, or the fact that, you know, we had a championship in our hands maybe and we didn't get to capitalize on it. That's some of the toughest things I had to go through in sports. Right now we're in the stages where I'm just not getting back to running and shooting some jumpers and things like that. This right here is my buddy. As you can see, it's a water treadmill. I have to run in this because it's non-weight bearing, and so it's really a good machine to really get back to running and all the mechanics. I came from being able to run in the pool to actually being able to run now, to being able to lift and to do different things. So right now I'm kind of encouraged of where I am, and I think I'm ahead of schedule. This really helps with my balance and my strength.
He's doing pretty well. We are working on strength, agility, coordination, balance. He's come a long way from the first few weeks where he could barely flex and extend his knee. So hopefully we're getting back to being functional and dynamic on the court like he used to be, and hopefully even better.
My typical day, probably around 9 o'clock, I shoot from around 9 to 10. And then from about 10 to 1:30, 10 to 2, I'm usually in here doing things from the weight room or out on the floor doing things to get the agility back. So right now, pretty long days as far as just working on my knee. So in order to get your hops, you got to do squats. I've never been this frustrated or this challenged ever before in my career. And even now, at the point where I still can't play and have to watch the team play in practice, it's still pretty tough, but hopefully it's a reward at the end with me coming back and playing, and hopefully playing pretty well.
John Barry has played on 7 teams in 12 years, and everywhere he goes, he gives the team's reserves a catchy new identity. In Sacramento, it was known as the Bench Mob, and in Detroit, the Alternators. It's still a little early for him to name the bench in Denver, but it's only a matter of time.
Thinking of a name right now. I don't know what we're going to do. We've had some success in the last couple stops I've made, and you know, our bench has been a big part of our early success.
Boy, he has played well, and he's going to get rewarded. The Birdman is on.
It's very important to have guys off the bench that come in and change the tempo of a game. When the starters, you know, they might not have it on a particular evening. You could throw guys out there that are going to play hard every night and just change the game, get a team back into the game, extend the lead, or do whatever it takes.
Come on, White. Come on, White.
Yeah, we've mulled over a few things. We've gotten some bad advice and some strange ideas, but it's tough. The Nuggets, you know, there's not a whole lot with that. The Denver Drivers, no. The Nugstitutes, no. The Pine Squad, no. The Gold Rush, not bad. It has a little bit of merit to it. We might think about that one. Earl Boykins is unbelievable to be able to get a shot off the way he does. He's super fast with the basketball and basically our energizer. The Birdman, as he calls himself, self-proclaimed nickname there. The best athlete at that size that I've ever seen. Just an amazing leaper and runner of the floor. RB, just a great hustle player, smart. Not going to go out and get you 20 points a night, but never makes a mistake. We got a lot of guys with B's in their name. You know, Boykins, Bowen, Barry, Birdman.
Boykins driving left, he beats Tinsley in the lane, he gets nice feed, Anderson drives and dunks it home.
Killer Bees has already been out there. The B squad, it's pretty bland. We were thinking maybe the Bird and the Bees. I'm still thinking about what we can do, but we got some stuff to work with. We'll see just have a group that plays hard, you know, a bunch of no-name guys. Nobody cares who scores. We just play hard and get after it.
I want the inside stuff.
Here we go. Number 10, Rockets Wizards, Steve Francis on the fast break. And he's not a large man, but he can hop and throw down. Number 6, Cavs Sonics, LeBron James just doing things. Abusing Antonio Daniels and then getting the large dunk. Not to mention some help from the officials. Push off, no call. Hey, I'm LeBron James. And we win by 5.
At number 5, Nuggets Suns. Phoenix lost in the desert, but Amari Stoudemire can still get up and order the Dunkin' Donut.
Number 4, we
thought they won it.
And number 2, Pistons Bulls.
Corliss coming the other way to Chucky. Alley-oop to Tayshaun. What a throwdown and a foul. A lightning-quick jam by Tayshaun.
Well, if you like that, you'll love this. Number 1, Kentucky, Mississippi State.
Oh, Roberts. Oh, there it is. And Kentucky wins at the buzzer. Oh, what an... Daniels lays it in, and the Wildcats win. Incredible.
Well, you can't have 5 captains in one ship.
Of course, you're going to have your go-to guy, and that's going to be your scorer.
He's unstoppable.
And you're going to have your guy that anchors your defense, that is going to clean up a lot of your mistakes inside.
Jerome Williams will drive it. Trying to get to the basket. Back with a block.
Guy that's going to come off the bench and provide defense, a guy that comes off the bench and provides offense.
The ultimate role player, Michael Curry.
I have a lot of fun crashing the boards and picking up the garbage and taking it out.
Inside, Scott Pollard. He calls himself the garbage man.
I just try to come in and make sure that, you know, whatever big guy that we're playing against doesn't dominate this game.
Look at Davis. Oh, you're on the glass tonight.
For me individually, it's a little different because my role encompasses so much. Some nights I got a guy who I don't have to defend too tough, so I might be called upon to score, maybe assist, sometimes rebound. So being able to do a lot more, I guess, a lot more is required out of me, so my role isn't so defined.
Come on, White. Come on, White.
Anytime people worry about starting or minutes or shots, you have problems. You know, there are little things that I call ring things. Making the extra pass, being unselfish, being a great team defender, you know, playing hard on defense.
A great hustle by Johnny. Well done by John Barry.
You need guys that do that in order to win championships. And if you look at every team that wins a championship, there's usually 2 or 3 guys that fit that role.
Everybody understands their role here. It's no egos here that are, you know, trying to outdo Tim. Because you understand, Tim's the best player in the NBA. So you understand that, you know, it's all about role players.
All the role players are suddenly contributing.
This is just not an individual sport. We have to do what we're told. You know, we have to leave it in the coach's hand to put us out on the floor, put us together, and make sure that it all works so that we have an opportunity to win.
In jam session, we thought we'd show you the best plays at
center to
you and I
downright side, needed the ball for the jam. Yes!
All about them words, over numbers, unencumbered.
Just remember the telephone till they work anymore. But if I never ever hear them, if nothing else, I think the bells inside finally found you someone else, and that's okay. 'Cause I remember everything you sang. 'Cause you and
And there comes the home team. Everybody is stoked. First half, Kentucky by 7. Let's make it double digits. Home team, less smoke there. Everything bouncing Kentucky's way. Bernard Cote. Now that looked like Brick City, but how about that? On the road, you get the members bounce. Kentucky led by as many as 16 into the second half, but here comes Mississippi State. Timmy Bowers for through 3, gets it within 8. Then Bowers spots up again. From that spot, you get 3 more. It's suddenly a 5-point game. Now we got it down to 4. Bowers this time a tad off the mark, but Winsome Frazier is there. Rebounding is the key to life. 2-point ball game after the putback. Now it's a 1-point game. Frazier at the line misses, but Lawrence Roberts, kids, box out. Got it. State taking the lead up 1. 2 minutes left. Pandemonium in Starkville. Less than a minute to go. Frazier again missing at the line in front of a 1-and-1. Gerald Fitch gets it and then kicks it out of bounds. After another UK foul, 66-65. Mississippi State, Bowers, oh goodness. Said if they made the free throws, they would have locked this thing down. Doesn't happen. Ensuing possession, Gerald Fitch now going to dribble the ball off his foot for Kentucky. Bowers hits the hardwood. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow goes to Kentucky. Tubby Smith's club gets a break. Then the big break. 2.5 left. They throw it inside, trying to get the back cut and the they don't get the dunk. Instead, they get the deflection. Eric Daniels puts it in. The Wildcats win it 67-66. Oh, Tubby.
We were trying to get Gerald Fitch the ball. It was a great look by Cliff to throw the ball over top there. They got a piece of it. Eric's such a smart and intelligent player. He was able to gather himself, presence of mind to get the ball on the glass and get the shot.
He forgot to mention the luck part, but after they got the tip, it all went very well. 5 straight versus ranked teams.
16th ranked Texas favored to beat 3rd ranked Wake Forest. Longhorns have won 23 straight home games. That's what gives them the edge. P.J. Tucker, the freshman who Wake Forest passed over. He went to Texas. He made him pay. Hits the shot there, and then the Horns start raining threes before a school record crowd of 16,837 at Frank Irwin Center. Brandon Mouton, Kenny Taylor. How about Kenny Taylor? If some is good, more is better. Shooting 60% in the first half. Did the Longhorns. Another Mouton three-pointer. 8 of 13 from 3. Texas up 13 at the break. Second half. Justin Gray. Three-pointer. Wake down just 7. More Wake. Gray to Trent Strickland. Alley and Superman.
I'm Dwayne Wade. I play point guard for the Miami Heat. I'm 6'5", 210 pounds. I was the 5th pick in the 2003 NBA draft, and the strongest part of my game is making others better. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, Chi-Town's finest. My go-to move is the basic crossover. No, I just had to overcome the streets of Inglewood growing up in Chicago with all the gang banging, the drugs. Everybody in the neighborhood doing it. You know, I had to overcome that with living with a single mom. I'm the only boy, so. And it seemed like the right thing for me to do at that time would be to go to the streets and get the fast money. It was hard, but, you know, I went to basketball, and I waited on my money.
Wade from the corner. Wade again. Yes. He made sure that time. For Wade, look out.
Challenges the shot blocker, and that gets him off the Miami bench.
Chicago players, man, we try to bring finesse, we try to bring toughness all in one. You know, guys from Chicago, you know, growing up watching Jordan, that's where we got our finesse from. And growing up watching the Bulls, period, that's where we got our toughness from. So, I mean, that's the way we play. Bridges High School. But I didn't play varsity until my junior year. There's been a lot put into the way I play. And I just was hungry. I knew that I wanted to one day at least have a chance, an opportunity to do what I'm doing now, and that's playing in the NBA. I just wanted the opportunity, and I got it.
Here's Wade. You gotta love that stuff.
I'm a playmaker, man. You know, when they told me that they wanted me to run the point, You know, I just welcomed it all because I know it's going to be a lot of criticism. Well, he's in the two-guard, he can't do this, but it's going to make me work harder. If you got a dream, you know, your dreams can come true. Because if you ask anybody who know me, they nobody think I'll be sitting there right now with this Miami Heat jersey on. But hard work and dedication to what you love, it can come true.
You may want to...
I'm from Europe, man. We travel all the time, man.
And there's Skeeter Feely flying in.
They know the NBA, but each individual is different. So it takes a while and to get them used to the NBA style of play and what we require versus what they're used to.
No, it's been tough for me. You know, come from, you know, Georgia to here. I didn't speak English that well, but every day I get too used to it, you know, and I feel great right now. The coaches give me a lot of opportunity to get better and a lot of experience on the practice, and they give me a little bit time on the game too.
Nice move by Skeeter Feely.
I'm very happy with him. I always said when we drafted him, I said you must give him 2 years before he can be judged and before he'll start to play.
Even you sit on a bench, it's good for you because you learn a lot from the game and how to play in NBA. They prepare me like a mentality.
Let's tighten up. Put the body on, people. Let's defensive rebound and let's go. Run wide, okay?
It's a whole different organization, man. It's a business, real business. The pace of the game is so quick, and the adjustment of defense, offense goes so quickly, so you got to adjust very fast.
Anthony has Miller, and he has well done.
Because of my build and my speed, I like to run. It's up-tempo game, so it's suitable to me and Denver Nuggets.
A lot of people thought some of the things that I did were awfully crazy, and maybe they are. I don't know, but all in all, I think it's a wonderful, fruitful ground to go looking for new talent.
Rewind in case. Grab a ride and get ready for Rewind. Tuesday, Rocky tries to get fancy, but things just get messy while Ron Artest gets fancy and things go nice and smooth.
Artest takes it away from Yao to Artest with a beauty.
Friday, T-Mac reaches out and touches someone while Baron Davis calls his own number on the break. Sunday, it was Q Richardson with the slick move to the hoop.
With a wraparound triple drop, winning a scoop and a score. Quentin Richardson.
Monday, T-Mac's at it again, this time checking out the scorecard. You might want to look up number 11 on the Pacers. That's point guard Jamal Tinsley.
Tinsley behind the back, and the trailer is Foster and a beauty.
And Jermaine is hungry for a delicious block, right, Quinn?
Oh, yes! That's a catch! Smothered chicken!
Wednesday, Ron Artest will try just about anything to slow down Paul Pierce, but nothing seems to work.
Pierce trying to get away from Artest. Knocks down a 3.
Saturday, you're looking at the Pistons' biggest fan.
You can't see if you sit behind him, that's for sure.
And you wouldn't want to miss this shot by Brian Cardinal.
Now lets it go at the wall.
Sunday, it seemed like everyone was on a roll, especially Keith Van Horn with the sweet finger roll.
Van Horn.
Tuesday, there was definitely something in the air at the Meadowlands.
Looks like Martin's been having some stomach trouble. I'm not going there.
Then it was Richard Jefferson gets him here himself.
Tapped it over to Kidd. Kidd bounces off the glass to Jefferson. They are breaking out all the tricks tonight.
Finally, Scott's
third of our undefeateds, or previously undefeated. St. Joseph's hosting Fordham. The Hawks opened this game on a 31-8 run. Delonte West, part of that run there. It was 48-12 at halftime. Our highlights will not go past the first half. West again with his 13 points. Jameer Nelson went from 7th to 2nd on the all-time scoring list for the Hawk Hoopsters. St. Joe's 2 wins shy of the longest winning streak in school history. If you had Fordham and 43, you lost 79-35.
New Orleans, Minnesota, connected by excellent point guard play and the Mississippi River. There appears to be some cloud cover thanks to the big ticket. Timberwolves entered tonight's game 15-3 since the start of December. Baron Davis, he'll chuck it now. 100 more three-point attempts than anybody else. Here he gets a 2 to fall, 22 on the night for him. Third quarter, Wolves making a run. Latrell Sprewell, jumper, he finished with 26. And Sammy Cassell playing fine ball for the Minnesotans. Mid-range jumper, always good to show that game. Wolves down just 2, 79-77. 1-point game. Darrell Armstrong, the steal going the other way. And, well, if you're out in front, you got to finish. Sometimes you don't have to dunk. As long as it goes in, you get 2. Cassell answering back. Love Sam. Love the bald head. We're tied at 83-24 on the night for Sam. Wolves down 1 now. Kevin Garnett, tough turnaround, but that's what Kevin Garnett does because he's phenomenal. 22 on the night for him. Now, key sequence late in the fourth. We're tied at 89. Sprewell, the drive. Watch Armstrong, who's arrowed here. His man Fred Hoiberg misses the 3. Armstrong just kind of stands there while Garnett battles for the rebound, gets it out to Hoiberg, who is fouled by Armstrong. And Hoiberg, you know, he's an Iowa kid. He made free throws, both of them. Last chance for the Bugs. No! Davis misses the jumper. Garnett the rebound. And the Wolves on the road. Timberwolves, 94-89.
Kobe Bryant will miss a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks after spraining his surgically repaired shoulder Monday.
All his fault. McNugget didn't scratch in 6 minutes on Tuesday. We're going to start in the first quarter here with a guy who did, Carmelo Anthony, blowing by McDyess. Whoop, perhaps still a bit slowed. Nuggets 24-8 early, 13 for Anthony. Vashawn Leonard filled it up. He had 32. Nuggets up at that point by a dozen. They just kept adding to it in the third quarter. Andre Miller, 11 assists. That one to Marcus Camby, who had 16 points and 1 more rebound than that. 17, awfully impressive. And then Earl Boykins, the man plays tall. 16 points. Nugget win easily, 105-92 in the desert. Suns now 0-4 since the Marbury trade.
Detroit and Chicago Pistons going for 9 straight wins. Have not lost at Chicago in 4 years. Scottie Pippen back after missing 20 games. Knee surgery. Not much of a return. 12 minutes, no points, 3 assists. Ben Wallace, better numbers. 12 points, 17 rebounds. Pistons running the Bulls in the second quarter. Tayshaun Prince tied a career high with 7 assists, and he also got the 3 there. As did Mehmet Okur there. And Chauncey Billups here. Billups was 17. Chucky Atkins, 3 threes during a 22-7 run. There's one of the 3, and that run capped with this. Atkins to Prince, the dunk and the foul. The top 10 nominee, Scott Skiles, old school. Pistons, 105-89. 9th straight win for Detroit.
Celtics and Bucks. Vin Baker returned to Boston after serving a 3-game suspension, but did not play in this one. Paul Pierce did, but he wasn't looking. Mark Blount, nice, sharing in the fun there. He had 12 points, 13 rebounds. Look at Pierce. That is just pretty. Not looking, top 10 nominee quality. Chris Mim, Bevo going to get himself some, dunking over Brian Skinner. 13-10 Celtics, but it was early. Second quarter, Bucks storming back at home. Tony Kukoc, 16 off the bench. In fact, the Bucks subs had 56 points. Their starters, 55. Ricky Davis answering here. He had 33 points. That would be 1/11th of them from behind the line for 3. Boston, of course, 16 NBA championships. Milwaukee won, so they're a little angry about that. Rookie T.J. Ford, a little Longhorn magic there to Joe Smith. 65-52 Bucks after the free throw. Look at it again. So good. That guy's a player. Keep an eye on him later in the third. Michael Redd, he can bomb it. He had 20, and the Bucks win at 111-103. Their 9th straight home win at the Bradley Center. Long under for everybody.
Spurs beat the Hawks by 39 in San Antonio earlier this season. Would they find friendly rims in Atlanta, or would there be a new Sharif in town? Abdur Rahim there. He had 17 in the first half. Hawks would lead by as many as 21, but these are the Hawks, and these are the Spurs. Devin Brown, old-fashioned three. It's a 6-point game. Spurs had won 17 of 18. Hawks coming off a roadkill trip. Tony Parker gathering the Hito Turkoglu spill. It's a 2-point game. The Hawks are giving it away, but San Antonio would get no closer. Jason Terry triples. And the Hawks, yes, the Atlanta Hawks, beat the defending champs 86-77. Mike Millard.
Cavaliers won in Seattle a year ago and won 2 straight in Seattle since November 20th, 1977. LeBron, 7 years away from even conception. LeBron to Carlos Boozer, 9 assists there for LeBron. Boozer at 11 points, good to share. Then LeBron, the one-handed slam, throwing it down. Old school unis from Seattle, old school dunking from LeBron. Time running down the first half. LeBron draws some contact, but throws it like that is superstar treatment for the rookie from the refs in just 38 games. That's what you like to see. Getting his props from the officials. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 board, a helper shy of the triple-double. There he helps out Darius Miles, who had 12, and then Bron one more time. His 10th 25-point-plus game of the season. Cavs win at 104-96. 2 in a row in Seattle. Lock them up. They'll play there again tomorrow night.
Chris, no Stackhouse, no Jordan, no Wizard highlights. First quarter, Tino Mobley, easy lay-in. How'd he do that? Let's rewind it and find out. The arrow on Jimmy Jackson, he had 16, and he also has the steal from Brendan Hayward. Transition basketball, easy lay-in from Mobley, who also finished with 16. Let's go to the third quarter. Stevie Francis finishing the alley-oop, and you want to know how he did that? Well, we rewind, and you should see Yao Ming setting the pick. Ming, by the way, had 14 of his 21 in this quarter. Sets the pick, and Francis, easy money. Stevie Franchise also was 16. And the big dunk there in the fourth quarter. And how did he do that? Well, we rewind, and you find out circle on Francis off the missed shot. Outlet pass, big jam, season high 27 assists, 93-80. The Rockets win it.
Randolph favored there. They're just 2 good, quality, young players. There's Randolph showing his game. Gets the rebound, puts it back at 13 boards, 12 points. Portland led 34-32. Brand's going to get his, though. Faced up. He'll just take that 15-footer, 18 points, 9 rebounds. The Clippers led at that point 70-66. Later in the fourth, Damon Stoudemire hits the 3. Portland led by 1. Fourth quarter, less than 10 to go. Clippers down 3. Oh, we got drama. Elton Brand down there sets himself a pick. Here comes Eddie House running baseline, and he is open. Turn, shoot, fire. Thank you. We are tied at 92. In the extra session, Clippers leading 196, and here comes Sparky, the Sun Devil again. House with the jumper, and the Clippers come back late, winning the extra 5, 103-96.
Golden State and that NBA club of can't win on the road teams, and definitely can't win at Utah. 17 straight losses at the Jazz club. In fact, they last won at Utah in 94. You remember Sprewell, Hardaway, that group. Manute Bol also on that team, not making the flashback, though. Back to reality, Clifford Robinson. Oh, there goes gravity. Acting like it's his neighborhood. He had 23. Third quarter, Andre Kirilenko. The steal, the groovy hair. Seals the deal. 10 points, 7 assists, 10 rebounds. Jazz up 9, fourth quarter. Carlos Arroyo finds Kirilenko. Jazz win 97-80. That's 18 straight losses at Utah for Golden State.
Heat and the Kings, and at home we're guessing Sacramento's the favorite. Second quarter, you know, the Kings, they enjoy sharing the basketball. Look at that. Peeler, Jackson, Stojakovic. Page had 18 in the first half. They led by 11 at the break. Early in the fourth, Lamar Odom goes up, but Brad Miller sharpened up the elbows and gets him right there on the chin. Ouch. Odom would like to stay and play. He gets the score. He didn't want to go in because, you know, he's a hockey player, but we're going to have to get some medical attention. That's an open wound. Later in the fourth, Rafer Alston throws up a shot in an effort to get a top 10 nominee, and, well, eventually does as he battles for the board and gets it to Caron Butler. Odom returns because he's tough. Man had 21 points, 12 rebounds, and just a few stitches shy of a triple-double. Mike Bibby had 20. Kings had 90 overall.
Play defensively, Josh Johnson with the takeaway. He had 13 points. Joe Finnessy finished off the takeaway with 2 of his 10 points. However, St. Ignatius battled back. Brent DeCoster out of the corner, kept the Cats close. but Warren Harding just a little too quick on the floor tonight. The Raiders win it by 1, 59-58. They've improved to 9-2 this season. Speaking of Harding, the Raiders will host Kennedy in our
news comes from straight wins, hosting Cleveland St. Ignatius. Highlights all this, a win against a good Cleveland St. Ignatius team. They make the trip from Cleveland to Warren. Good crowd on hand. We'll pick it up fourth quarter. 1-point game. Harding with the lead with the basketball. Nice move here. Tyson Rowland with the steal behind the back. Josh Johnson. Raiders go up 47-44. Johnson leading the Raiders with 11 in transition. Hits this one. Now the game tied 49-49. Now late 2:30 to go in the game. Warren Harding down 1. Mario Manningham comes up with the turnover. Gets it to Joe Finney for the bucket, 54-53. Harding's going to grab the lead in this game in the closing couple of minutes. Now tied under a minute. Again, it's Manningham, 57-55. But Matt Peratt, the 3. Wildcats, 58-57. We're going down to the final shot of the game. Raiders down by 1, but it's Manningham inside to put them up 59-58. Ignatius takes it up the court. They cannot find the answer. In your final, 59-58. Big win for Harding tonight. They stay hot. Canfield Howland going at it.
Finney also chipped in with 10. Harding had the advantage through the first quarter of play, but Ignatius tried to keep it close. Brent DeCoster out of the corner, yet the Raiders just had too many runouts tonight. Finishing off the break, Stevie Williams with the lay-in. After that, Tyson Rowland would chip in as well. Warren Harding needed every point they could muster tonight because they edged Ignatius 59-58 to win their 9th game of the year. And speaking of the Raiders, Warren Harding will play host to Kennedy in our high school.
We had a
He stated the fact that he would prefer to die than to lose.
It was the most well-matched fight I ever saw.
It was an epic battle.
There's only one way for it to end.
That fight was life and death fight. I knew I was in there fighting for my life because this guy was not stopping.
They fought at a level where somebody was gonna die.
A match that forever changed the world of boxing.
I looked at my hands like I couldn't believe that these could do something like that to another human being.
November 13th, 1982. Ray Boom Boom Mancini stepped into the ring at Caesar's Palace to defend his lightweight title.
Ray Boom Boom Mancini was exciting. You knew whoever he fought, he would display tremendous heart, tremendous desire, tremendous determination.
His challenger was Duk Koo Kim, a scrappy South Korean making his American boxing debut.
One was right-handed, one was left-handed. They were precisely the same height, precisely the same weight.
Not much was known about Duk Koo Kim except the fact that he was a very formidable opponent that he would fight.
I had seen the tapes of him, and I knew, what I was up against. And he's the most dangerous type of fighter. He stands up in front of you, coming at you, throwing punches from all angles, very much like myself. First day through was a lead left, caught me right on the chin. And from then on, it was just toe-to-toe.
For both fighters, there was much more than a title at stake. Mancini fought in honor of his father, a World War II-era boxer who never won a championship.
I want to be a champion for my father, win a title for him, and give him what I thought was rightfully his 40 years ago.
Kim fought for the honor of his nation and the future of his family.
He was a very poor boy in the rice paddies of South Korea, and seeing that boxing was his only way out into some kind of, not just fame, but some kind of fortune.
He's fighting for much more than just himself, the pride of his country, his homeland.
He stated the fact that he would prefer to die than to lose.
As the rounds went on, 5, 7, 9, there was an ungodly amount of punishment being dished out.
He was one tough guy. He gave Mancini the fight of his life.
It's the only fight I've ever thought about quitting in the middle of the fight. I was hurting so bad physically. This guy was not stopping, and he had devastation in every punch. He was trying to take me out with every punch.
He was a very, very tough Korean. And it's so tough that at the end of 10 rounds, it was an equal fight. No fighter was ahead.
By the 11th, Mancini was gaining control. In the 13th, it seemed the fight was his. He delivered a flurry of unanswered punches. But Duk-Koo Kim would not go down.
The theory is let him fight. And that's professional boxing. Let him fight. That's what the people have paid their money for. Kim kept coming. He was a game fighter. He was a good fighter.
Duk-Koo Kim displayed a sense of pride as a fighter, and he fought his heart out.
Kim was too brave for his own good. Absorbed too much punishment over too many rounds.
Just seconds into the 14th round, Mancini attacked with 2 solid blows from his right hand. Kim went down to the canvas.
That moment was one of the greatest feelings of my life when I see him go down and knock it up. One of the greatest feelings of my life.
Mancini left the ring flush with victory and had no idea of the horrible magnitude of Kim's injuries. Doctors found a massive blood clot on Kim's brain, but there was little they could do. 4 days later, Duk-Koo Kim was dead.
I couldn't believe that guy I was just in there with for 14 rounds, as strong as he was physically and mentally, was not going to be able to pull through something like this. It broke my heart. It took everything good about it away from me. Everything honorable about it, took it away.
In the weeks that followed, there were calls for an investigation, a moratorium, even a ban on boxing, and the debate raged over what might have been done to prevent the tragedy.
The injury happened so fast that it was, I think Duk-Koo Kim was more of an accident than anything else.
In professional boxing, it's a matter of you keep coming until you're defenseless, and Kim did not appear defenseless.
It went all the way. It was a grueling fight, and Mancini, being a pretty good banger, hit him in the chin, and that was the end of the story.
I had to resolve it quickly, or I'd never got on with my life. You know, I had either been in therapy or taken a bridge or something, you know, but thank God I was just able to get through.
In large part because of the death of Duk-Koo Kim, the boxing establishment reduced the number of rounds in a championship prize fight from 15 down to 12.
Kim had fought beyond exhaustion. If the fight only went 12 instead of 15, he might not have had a chance to push himself quite so far in the ring.
Mancini continued to love the sport, but he was never the same in the ring. He lost his title in 1984 to Livingstone Bramble, then lost the rematch 8 months later, and Mancini never won another fight.
Ray was moved by Kim's death. Ray's a deeply emotional guy. How much it changed him in the ring, only Ray Mancini will know.
Heroes are on DVD in a new 4-disc collector's set featuring 20...
Walter gets a good look at it. Walter! Starter inside. Oh, wow! See it to believe it. That was scintillating. Oh, he throws it down in traffic. There's forward. It counts as foul. They are breaking out all the tricks tonight. Walker fades away. Oh, I love this game. Oh, darn ham. That was a ham sandwich. You've got to be kidding.
Good stuff. Thank Incubus for the beats there.
Totality of the play. Yeah, there you go.
I like that. The totality of the play. And guess what? You were right on the money.
The half-ality of it.
Sam, I am with the dunk, and he is a winner. The first time he's won dunk of the night.
It won't be the last.
No.
Not bad for a guy that.
For us team chants or t-shirts that help us in any way. It only hurts us with officials, with how we're perceived throughout the country, with national television on our games. It's got to stop. Help us win the games. Thank you.
The Williams team taking on NC State and off to a slow start. Marcus Melvin hits there. Wolfpack up 6-0. Melvin had the Wolfpack's first 9 points, and then Julius Hodge taking over, Brad.
He absolutely dominated this ball game today. You see him all alone. He gets the easy dunk, but he also gets himself a little bit of trouble for the technical, slapping the backboard. A little bit exuberance by that young man. Wolfpack up 21-14, still in the first half. Hodge cuts through the lane. Nice job, good finish, lay-in, stayed up 25-19. And once again, there's that young man, Julius Hodge. Nice backdoor cut, gets the pass to Melvin, finishes with the dunk. Stayed up 3.
He had 28. Later in the second half, gentlemen, starts your Engen. It's Engen at Sewer hitting the 3. Gary's not happy. 16 for at Sewer as NC State wins it 81-69. They've been
tremendously talented young player. He struggled the past few games with shooting the basketball, and this team has struggled. Also taking care of the basketball. North Carolina State has averaged 19 turnovers a game in their losses, 13 in wins. They only had 9 today, and along with a huge output from Julius Hodge. Look at this, 3 jerseys, 4, 5 jerseys, white jerseys around 1. Who comes up with the basketball? Julius Hodge. Just great hustle, outstanding job. Julius Hodge did a great job there against Maryland.
Sunday in New England, you got a discount if you went to the Providence game in Patriots gear. Providence had won 6 straight, taking on Seton Hall. Rob Sanders back after missing 8 games. He hits right there. He had 5. PC, though, down 3 at the half. Early second half, Seton Hall up by 7. J.R. Morris, the long 3, he had 13, and the Hall's up by 10. Ryan Gomes, really the only guy who showed up for the Friars, Brett.
Junior Ryan Gomes, the one-man show for Providence. PC down 12. Gomes gets the rebound, the putback, and the foul. Does an outstanding job. Minute and 30 seconds later, Gomes again. Sweet spin move, hits the tough bucket and the foul. PC down 8. You see the nice pass inside to Gomes for the lay-in. Cuts the lead to 6. Gomes had 28-13 today.
Yeah, the problem is the rest of the team only had 18. Seton Hall pulling away behind Andre Sweet. 7 of 9 from the field. He had 18. Seton Hall up by 10. Pirates shot 54% in the second half. Off the block there, it's Morris for the jam. Seton Hall goes on to win it 55-46. That's a season low point total. McKenzie. 3 minutes left in the first half. Oklahoma up by 14. Drew Lavender. Jabari Brown. He throws it down. He had 15. Oklahoma led it by 15 at the half. Second half, though, here come the Huskers. Nate Johnson, who from the foul, completes a 3-point play. Nebraska down just 44-33. Then it's Brian Conklin out of the corner. Nebraska now down just 5. Then it's Johnson. Nebraska went on a 15-0 run in the second half. They got within 3, but McKenzie hits another one, and Oklahoma hangs on to win this one by the final of 52-50. 3rd straight win since that 4-game losing streak, but the wins coming against K-State, Baylor, and Nebraska. It's not exactly murderer's row. Just the 2nd home loss this season for Nebraska in 12 games. All right, Andy, 3 straight wins for OU, but still, this is a team that went 10-18 without scoring in this game, without scoring at all. They can go in some real cold slumps. Is this a team that's worthy of their top 25 ranking?
No, not at all. In fact, I spoke with St. Joseph's coach Phil Martelli earlier on Sunday, who's a poll voter, and he was going to put Air Force, Utah State, and Dayton in the top 25. Don't think he was going to put Oklahoma in there. Why? Well, they're part of maybe our fraud 4 on the back end of the top 25. Take a look at them. First of all, Florida, 2-3 on the road. Maybe they should be ranked, but not 20. Purdue, 2-4 on the road. South Carolina, their non-conference schedule, 3-11. And Oklahoma, 2-4 against the top 100. And in those 4 losses, they've lost by an average of 18 points, and that does include an overtime loss.
no frauds there. St. Joe's and Stanford both entering
doubles. Bill Martelli really got on him to be much more of a finisher. But also, Jameer Nelson defensively, he's second in the country in steals. 3.4 game, got to start here in the first game of the season against Gonzaga. And this team can shoot three-pointers. They're sixth in the country in three-point shooting at 41.5%. 41% for Jameer Nelson, 43% for Delonte West, 44% for Pat Carroll, and as Temple had on Saturday, they got a case of checks to
985. Tony Parker. I think I'll end this thing. Woo! Goodbye. That's why you don't play D. Doesn't matter. 92-85 at that point, and they win 96-90.
Injunction to try to make him ineligible for the upcoming draft. But at this stage, he's eligible for the draft. He's eligible to go to the combine. And, of course, if he does that, that pretty much foregoes his college career. So now we have a little bit of a dance because he has been victorious. The NFL is confident that they can win in the appeals process, at least to the next level. I wonder about that. But now the question is, if he doesn't get an overturn as far as any kind of an injunction, he's all set to join the NFL sometime in April.
Well, John, the judge today made this a legal slam dunk for Maurice Clarett. Why would the NFL be so sure that they'll win their appeal?
Well, because they've won before, not necessarily in this case. They won a case in the practice squad that they lost badly in the first stage and then came back and won in the appeals process. They feel because of the collective bargaining agreement that they have solid ground to stand on. That's very questionable. But in the end, Maurice Clarett, if he can win the long-term battle, which of course he certainly can because you can't prohibit somebody from getting into employment situations, the question now comes down to timing. You know, if his timing works out that they can't get an overturn sometime before the draft, he'll be in the NFL this year.
John, we're about a week and a half, 2 weeks away from the Combine, right? Does Maurice Clarett go to the Combine?
I think he does. I mean, I think what he has to now make the decision, does he really want this or not? I mean, he's kind of worked on both sides. He's gone to school to keep his eligibility at least current there. He's now worked on the lawsuit, which he's now victorious. Now it's decision time. What does he want to do? You've got Ohio State saying that they'll try to help him. The NFL's trying to say stay away. My guess is he's fought this far. He's going to go to the Combine.
Well, now at some point, right, he's going to have to formally declare himself eligible before the draft or well before the NFL's appeal, correct?
That's right. I mean, he's informally asked the NFL for reinstatement or at least allowed to try to go into the NFL draft, but it's not been a formal request. I guess he has to formalize it, and once he does that, he's now taken the final step. There's probably no way to turn. This is not like the NBA where you can come back and, you know, put your name in, take your name out. Once you put your name in, you're in for good.
All right, we'll see if he does that. We expect that it'll happen soon. I want to read you a quote, John, from LeVar Arrington at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii talking about Maurice Clarett, quoting here, "Because of the way he's done all these things, some people see it as disrespectful. I'm sure guys are going to try to break his tail. If he can make it that rookie year without being assassinated, I think he'll be all right." Is there going to be some kind of backlash among NFL players for Maurice Clarett?
I don't think so. They're just going to look at him as another running back if he makes it to the league. I mean, he's certainly a guy that's going to be a landmark guy, very much like some of the guys in the past in the other sports. And so, I mean, I guess you can say that he's got the bravado going in from the victory in the courts. But again, he's still got a lot of decisions to make, a lot of hoops to try to jump over if he's going to try to be in the NFL. But once he gets in the NFL, now it's up to his talent, not the vengeance of a league that's going to be trying to go against him.
Well, what about that talent, John? What round does he go in, and who would be interested?
I'd say right now probably the second round. I mean, I don't see him being a first-round pick. He's missed a year. He had an injury-filled first year in college. I just don't think his body's ready, and I think his training right now probably hasn't been good enough to at least get him on the NFL level. So at this stage, he goes in with a lot of question marks. It probably puts him in the second round.
All right, John Clayton from Seattle. John, thanks very much.
Okay.
Show a while ago. Do you have any tips for me at all?
Just be yourself and have fun.
Very nice tatas. I mean, I'm saying. You're early 40s, right?
Yeah, 44.
And that's no bra.
No bra.
And a couple of kids. I'm checking you out. Look at Cookie. Paris Hilton has a gun on her finger. Look. That's the gangster in her. Can you twirl? Go on, Paris. I see you. Hi, John. Come talk to VH1. I'm Wendy Williams, and the show is Wendy Williams is on Fire.
Let me just tell you something, Wendy Williams.
when you hear rumors about John Sally, you call me first before you report them.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You know what I should know, girl. You know, I got a couple of lesbians who will beat the hell out of you.
You're the American Idol, and that man is getting all the accolades.
Well, you know, I mean, me and Clay are really good friends, man, and that's just his thing.
Ruben, stop being so soft about this. You have 15 minutes, and you've already wasted 10.
Well, you know, I'm not being soft, man. I'm just really having a good time and enjoying myself.
Ruben, he has done the cover of Rolling Stone. You've done the cover of Jet.
Well, I really just thank God for all the opportunities that he's blessed me with, and that's all.
Ruben, kill the Southern mentality. It's time to be a beast.
Well, I am Southern, and I really just appreciate your time.
Now, Sunset.
Is Maurice Clarett mentally ready for the NFL?
I don't believe that he's mentally ready. I mean, he may be ready to sign the autographs and may be ready to become whatever star he's destined to become. But Maurice Clarett mentally picking up blitzes, the running game, the passing game, the intricate offenses, he has not seen anything like it at Ohio State. He is not prepared to go into the NFL and make an impact right away at that level.
Yeah, his last game was 398 days ago, the 2003 Fiesta Bowl. Question number 5, is Maurice Clarett physically ready to play in the NFL?
See, I don't think he's physically ready to play in the NFL as well. I mean, I know that he's a physical specimen, but when you take time away from football, there is nothing you can do physically to train for preparation in football other than playing football. That's what gets you ready to play the game, and he has not played in so long. I don't think physically his body is ready for the demands of an NFL training camp.
Question number 4, what is the easiest position in the NFL to adapt to for a young player?
Well, I would say that if you've got the physical skills to be a lockdown cornerback, that probably translates better than any other position because basically you're asked to take away one half of the field. You're going to cover this guy mano a mano, use your ability to run, to backpedal, to open up your hips, and just cover a guy. So there's less thinking there. You're just covering a man. I think that's probably the easiest translation position to go from college to the National Football League as opposed to any other place on the field.
Question number 3, does today's Clarett ruling help or hurt the NFL?
Well, I think right now the NFL views it as something of a somewhat of a hindrance, but I think ultimately it will help the National Football League because I don't expect Maurice Clarett to come into the National Football League and have a lot of success. I know that he's going to be a target. A lot of guys will want to get after him, but I don't think, as we mentioned, mentally, physically, he's going to be able to play and be ready to play at this level.
If the draft were tomorrow, where would you draft Maurice Clarett?
I certainly wouldn't spend a first-round or second-round pick on Maurice Clarett. Maybe late in the second round. I'd take a flyer on him in the third or fourth round if he was available. But right now, there are so many more questions about Maurice Clarett that have to be answered, and he has not done them in his short time in college. So I look at this as a roll of the dice at best, a 50-50 chance of whether he has some success or whether he doesn't. The other thing, I look at it as a long-term project. He's not going to come in there and be ready to play day one, I wouldn't think. So I wouldn't go ahead and spend a first or a second-round pick on him. Maybe a very late second-round pick, but that's as high as I'd go.
Yeah, Mel Kiper said he sees him no higher than a second-round pick. Final question in our six-pack, will Maurice Clarett be in an NFL uniform next season?
Oh, I think certainly he'll be in an NFL uniform next season. I don't know that he'll produce in an NFL uniform next season. I think he's a couple of years away from being a factor in an NFL game, but I think he'll get the opportunity because based on potential, based on physical skills that he has and that he has demonstrated, he'll get that opportunity, and it's just what he makes of that opportunity. I think it'll take him some time before he's ready to really contribute to an NFL roster.
That's our Coors Light Silver Spotlight six-pack of questions with Mark Schlereth.
The kennel, number 8, Gonzaga hosting Pepperdine. Blake Stepp driving. Pretty dish with a wraparound. He finds Ronnie Turiafa, lays it in. And that got this guy into the stand smooth. Now, who do you think the people in the stands are looking at? Does he stand out?
Yeah, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, he's there, and he wasn't leaving. And in fact, we've ruled him a top 10 nominee. He's got the moves down. So does Blake Stepp. The alley-oop for Turiafu throws down. And let's get some more of this guy in here. Get a little Polaroid picture he's going to pull out of some pocket. And with that, a top 10 nominee. Now, laugh now. Who wouldn't want to be that guy? The Zags, 93-73 winners.
Let's keep it West Coast for 12th ranked Arizona at Cal. Cats beat the Bears by 20 in the desert earlier this season. Coach Luke never loses to him. Mustafa Shakur to Andre Iguodala. He had 25 in the top 10 nominee. Late second, Richard Midgley to Leon Poe. He had 21. Golden Bears up 4, half minute. Zona down 4, Shakur. He had 14, and it's a 2-point game. The Cal's up a field goal, 19 seconds left, and Midgley makes the second free throw, and California beats Arizona. First time they've done that in 5 years. North Carolina.
Well, the chances, one guy you got to try to find. Gets it off. Ties the game. He's the guy you got to find. He's made clutch shots all year. Just as Chip Calhoun down there in Connecticut. Made 2 in the last minute. 27 for McCann. Duhon. What a drive by Duhon. Here comes Felton. 4 seconds to go. Can they win it? Oh, what a game. Unbelievable. Duke gets out of here with...
That was like...
On my American bandstand, somersaults, cartwheels, just keep on dancing. Chinese splits, slide on down that hole, and feel this getting out of control, oh, no, keep going to and me say stop. Let it kiss the sky and then make it drop. Tuck and twist, it's your luck if you Chris. I'm rubbing, so stay and catch, don't try to duck and miss. Do your stretches, don't pull no hamstrings. You got me moving, in fact, you doing the damn thing. Stronger muscles, exercise, every part of your body hurts. Plus you've been sweating, thank God your bath and body work. I like a woman that makes her own dough, don't need a lot of help. But your heart'll melt if I put 1,000 in your garter belt. Lip gloss traces, you're pierced in 11 places. And your lips downtown just made some familiar faces like, whoa. Head down. Booty, booty poppin'. Head down. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty poppin' on a handstand. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty poppin' on a handstand. Chapter to this poppin' legacy. Tryna be that chick, can't no come with me. When I pop that crease, I'm on that business and bubbly. When I'm in the 6 with 20 spinning, I'm luxury. Cause I got that head game, putting up that bed frame. But if get me wrong, I shout it, gon' let that lead aim. Better learn the game, shout it. Better get your main, shout it. But we entertain and big on all in the brain, shout it. This pimpin' futuristic, this business so explicit. The way I break it down for you, it's so exquisite. Let it go now front, back. Watch me drop it like that. Show me where that money at. Boy, come with them 100 stacks. Breaking with that poppin', that into the flow and got these. He won't come on without that dope pop. He can't nothing happen. Cause that's for sure. I'm from the go juking that poppin', stopping that dropping down. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty poppin' on a handstand. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty poppin' on a handstand.
Every time we hit the club, we at least 50 deep. Purple, potent, Grinch, got everybody geek. In the club 7 days a week, find DTP off in this. More hype, poppin', dropping. Damn, shawty, who is this? Red bone with a Scorpio tatted on the tummy. I'm sitting slouched back in the chair, stunting, waving money. That shawty star zigzagging the dairy, yeah, for me. A bow-legged, thoroughbred, said her name was Strawberry. Up, pushed in a whole bottle of mold. Reached in my pocket, grabbed the G and then threw it on the floor. Here, you deserve this dough. Now jump on stage and work a pole. Face down, up, hands on toes, and pop that. You know the procedure. If you want this cash, gotta make that shake like a seizure. Either magic or please us. Find me spinning G's up, maxing out my visa, tricking on strip teasers. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty poppin' on a handstand. Head down, booty, booty poppin'. Head down, booty, booty poppin'.
He's been killing them. So I'm curious to see what he does for himself.
When Kanye first started out, he would actually tattoo the names of the songs that he produced for major artists on his forearm. If he kept that up, his entire body would be covered in ink.
Stand up! H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy. You don't know my name. I be the truth when I speak, so set you free.
Stay set and pace in the race, now let's go.
Just to get.
I ain't really heard a producer that can make a beat that hot, then do a verse or a song that's just as hot. So one time for Kanye.
There's two places that rap music came from. Either came from the headphones or it came from the streets. Some people came from dealing drugs that flipped it, rapped, and they rapped to make a living. Other people came from appreciating the music.
That's what I love about him. You really feel the genuine love for music from him, and that's why I know that his album is gonna be crazy.
You can feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt.
It's a small window of opportunity right here, and you have to capitalize off of every moment. That's what I did. That's why 2 weeks after being in an accident, I went and recorded Through the Wire with my mouth still wired shut, because I didn't want to miss the moment. The accident gave me an opportunity to just stop and slow down for a minute. And in that time, I was able to make a lot of the best music that was on my album.
Oh man, I swear she fine, home. Why she always lying, though?
It's around the time I made Slow Jams, Never Let Me Down, featuring Jay on my album. We just caught a really good vibe. You know, I have the skills to put in raps together. Just give me the subject matter and I'll run with it.
I get down for my grandfather who took my mama, made us sit in that seat where white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she was arrested for the sit-ins. And with that in my blood, I was born to be different.
He really has crazy rhyme skills. It's something that everybody can feel.
I'm trying to give people inspirational music to make them want to speak up and tell people, no, this is what I want to do. I want to write. I want to act. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to do something creative. I want to do something that's from my heart.
Just to get by. I know Kanye is gonna take it to another level.
I will die for my music, you know what I'm saying? I will fight it to the end. If it's something I believe in, I will not give up, and I'm never gonna lose that fire.
I am limelight, blueprint, 5 mics, go get his rhyme like should have been signed twice.
He actually is a talented MC who brings a whole new breath of fresh air to the game.
People out there that's saying, yo, they like the way I rap, man, y'all done messed up, boy. Because it's over with now.
I really appreciate his mind, the way he puts everything kind of, you know, in this like mixture.
Everything I do is a representation of what I think people are missing right now. We're bringing it right back to '93. I'm bringing it back to when this sweater came out.
Yeah, it's 50, a.k.a. Ferrari, F50.
It's a lot of pressure following you.
Still on Sports, there is no way the Chargers would pass on Eli Manning. We're just showing you how many threes NC State had, and this is just the first half. 10 threes in the first half. They had 12 buckets in the first half. Why so many threes? Well, watch this. Von Wafer circled in red. Hodge would drive baseline. Sherrill in yellow. Wafer goes to defend Hodge, and Sherrill left wide open. That's how you hit threes. 14 for 30 for three-pointers overall. State wins at 75-59.
Sendex Club is doing some business. Illinois won 5 of 6. Michigan State's won 7 of 8. Michigan State starting to roll. Bill Rafter, that early tough schedule paying off.
When I first heard about Michigan State's schedule, I said, Tom Izzo, what is wrong with you? But as you reflect back, his team has improved. They're sound. They understand the game a little bit more than I think they're preparing themselves for the NCAA.
Well, last year when they came down to Champaign, they got beat by 30, and it was ugly here. Oh, goodness. Give it to my man, D. Brown. D. Brown with a little something. Give me all 3 of these. This is Michigan State's worst loss of the year. It's 24, but, hey, it's not as bad as it was last year. But said I think about it. I'll think about it, rather. There are a lot of people who want me to do it.
I want them to do it.
You do, so do I. You'll be out there to see it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll be here. Jerk. 2-time defending champ. Jason Richardson highlights the field of 4, including Ricky Davis.
Now, they aren't playing the league's best offensive teams on this road trip, but L.A. had terrible time stopping people of any stripe earlier in the season. Now the Lakers are getting defensive stops in the fourth quarter when they have to, and they're winning games as a result. Secondly, the Lakers are starting to get a bench. Derek Fisher's broken out the last few games. He's played extremely well in the fourth quarter, played very well against Miami in the fourth quarter on Tuesday. Devin George is starting to hit shots off the bench, and Kareem Rush has really gained confidence playing for Kobe Bryant while Bryant has been injured. Number 3, the Lakers are starting to get...
She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money. When she won't drop out, her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insecure. The concept of school seems so secure. Sophomore 3 years, ain't picked a career. She like, man, I just stay down her and do hair, cause that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new ears. Her baby daddy don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure. Couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. Had hair so long that it looked like weave. And she cut it all off that she looked like Eve. And she be dealing with some issues that you can't believe. Single black female addicted to retail the world. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? And when it all falls down, man, I promise, I'm so self-conscious. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. Rollies and postures drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing past that for Stacey. Then I spent $400 on this, just to be like, man, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some Louis that's clean, shirts with jeans. And seeing we live in the American dream, but the people highest up got the lowest self-esteem. The prettiest people do the ugliest things for the road to riches and diamond rings. We shine because they hate us, floss because they the greatest. We tryna buy back our 40 acres, and for that paper, look how low we are stoop. Even if you in a bench, you still up in a cool, yeah, come on, come on. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on. And when it all falls down, I say fuck the police, that's how I treat them. We buy our way out of jail, but we can't buy freedom. We'll buy a lot of clothes, but we don't really need them. Things we buy to cover up what's inside, cause they made us hate ourselves and love they wealth. That's why shorty's hollering where the ball is at. Drug dealer by Jordan, crack here by crack, and a white man get paid off for all of that. But I ain't even gon' act totally up and down, cause man, I went to Jacob with 25 down before I had a house, and I do it again. I wanna be your 106 and Paul, pushing the bins. I wanna act ball-erific like it's all terrific. I got a couple past due bills, I won't get specific. I got a problem with spending before I get it. We all self-conscious, I'm just the first to admit it. Yeah, come on, come on. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? And when it all falls down.
Kanye West. Good gig. How are you? Kanye, pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here. Kanye West, everyone. We'll be right back. How are you? Nice to see you.
At 11 on 19 Action News. License.
Flight number 23. Finds Davis for 3. Dribble. Oh, man. Big dogs.
2 seconds left. Going for the win. Jim Jackson.
Turns for the win. The following jump shot, ribbing it, falls in. Fell in at the buzzer. Good. Golly, Miss Molly.
Kobe's going to go. Couple of left-handed dribbles. Has a look at it. The Lakers win.
Walker fades away.
Hits the shot at the buzzer. There's the shimmy. Aubrey with the steal. Houston wide open for 3. Vince.
Comes up shooting. Vince Carter, you are amazing.
Peja looking for the win. Yes! Stojkovic! You don't like that? You don't like Kings basketball.
Jones, look out, Slava. LeBron James will rock the rim. Kidd bounces off the glass to Jefferson. Oh, I love this game.
Joe Reese jams there. Under a minute to go, and Nick Jacobson hits the three. And this is worth another look. A top 10 nomination. He gets up in the air, knows he's going to get called for the up and down, throws it off David Adams' back, hits it. It's a three-point game, but Jacobson, ranked 15th in the nation in three-point shooting at 46%, just 2 of 12 from the arc, misses there in the final seconds, and Wyoming wins 74-65. High-flying season so far.
Down at the basket. Send it in, big fella.
Oh, no, he did not.
Oh my goodness! Ismail Muhammad gets the women and children off the baseline.
He got up and threw that one down. Can he get up? He's got springs for legs.
Tell me that's not something special. He will bring them out of the seats once a night.
After watching that, hard to believe kids don't practice free throws anymore, huh?
We could jump that high, but it'd be
that fateful day.
I'm sure, you know, in your wildest imagination, you never thought when you woke up that morning what was going to happen. Can you tell us your day?
I left the studio and I got blindsided and cut off on my right side. From me trying to get out of the way of this car, ended up in a head-on collision. In a blink of an eye, my whole life changed. I remember looking in the rearview mirror and seeing my jaw cracked in 3 places. And these teeth are here, right in the middle. I'm surprised they lined them up so well, being that they didn't put the whole jaw in the right place, but that was separated.
And when it falls down, who you gonna call now?
Yeah, I remember calling my girl. I told her to call my mom, so she called my mother. My mother called back and said, baby, are you okay? And I just remember saying, it hurt, like a little kid. Before the accident, my whole goal in life was to eventually be able to do nothing. My responsibility is now to do everything. I learned a little bit more about how to live life and take every day one at a time and appreciate every waking moment you have. Just enjoy it to the fullest.
It was important to you to rush to the studio and do your raps even though your mouth was still wired up. Why?
The pain that I felt from recording couldn't measure up to the pain I would have felt in my heart for not being able to express what I was going through.
And now he's hoping to measure up to the competition.
I am limelight, blueprint 5 mics. Go get it, rhyme like should have been signed twice.
I want people to respect me to the fullest. If I'm rapping, I'm going to be the best rapper I can be. If I'm producing, I want to be the best producer. If I'm putting together an album, I want it to be the best album. If I'm boning my girl, I want her to think I'm a porno star.
So how would you rate yourself as a rapper?
I was just going to ask me how I rate myself as a porno star.
No, I'm not interested.
If I could rap even anywhere near the caliber of my beats, I would kill the game, murder the game.
And some of the game's biggest players are paying attention.
I'm really looking forward to Kanye West's album.
Kanye West.
It's all about Kanye right now. I think what he is a breath of fresh air in hip-hop.
Kanye the truth, man.
Waiting on your album, Kanye.
I know that he got some hot things to offer us.
It's going to work because everything I do works, you know?
Now, a lot of people are backing up Kanye West. Plenty of heat on this album as College Dropout hit stores on Tuesday. Make sure you pick up one.
4 players in the NBA, top 15 in scoring and assists. 2 of them will be playing this afternoon. One of them is LeBron James. The other is Stephon Marbury. And again, the top 2 are all-stars there, and LeBron James well on his way. And earlier this week, he had a chance to sit down and talk with Ahmad Rashad.
Thanks, John. LeBron James is really looking forward to his debut at Madison Square Garden. But do not expect him to have stage fright, because there is nothing about the NBA that seems to faze this young man. He has soared above and beyond all expectations. But one of the things that keeps him grounded is being close to home with his childhood friends.
You know, this is one of the best restaurants around town. You know, go in here and have a good time.
Hey, boy. Welcome to Cleveland.
What you get? Something bigger than me?
That could be a shrimp. Sometimes, when you play in your hometown, there's a lot of distractions. People need tickets, people want you to go here, a lot of pulling, all that kind of stuff. Do you find that to be a problem?
You know, not too much. I think because I experienced it so much in high school, you know, 30 minutes away, you know, hometown Akron, you know, I kind of know what was going to happen, you know, because, you know, everybody that's coming to my NBA games is pretty much at my high school game, so, and it didn't cause me a problem then, so I knew it wouldn't cause me a bigger problem now.
Let me get some crab legs, cracked and already out the shell. Can I get a grouper sandwich?
Hey, can I get broccoli instead of mashed potatoes?
Way upstairs, oh, the explosion!
As I watch you play, though, you never seem overwhelmed by being in the NBA. Are you surprised at how well you've done so far?
Scoring-wise, you know, I think that a couple more points more than I thought I might average.
Look out, flight number 23!
But the impact, I don't think so. I think that I knew I could play this game of basketball.
Give me your top 5 players in the league.
Taking KG.
KG,
number one.
Duncan,
number 2. Tracy, 3. Gotta throw Shaq in there.
Got it.
Gotta throw Shaq.
I gotta throw Shaq in there.
I would advise you throw Shaq in there before you get a beat down.
and Kobe.
Whoever you playing against, you're going to get their best game.
Right.
Because they're intent on not letting LeBron show them up.
Right.
Do you feel that when you play?
Yeah, I feel it. But, you know, I pretty much going to come back at them. Players going to come at you. You know, you're going to get that every night. Especially now the second half of the season when you need wins. It's going to be even tougher now.
What's the toughest team you played on so far?
Minnesota, at home. At home, they don't miss.
Keep it real. Man, you better keep it stupid. You got that stinking Red Sox hat on, too.
Man, I'm protesting against the Yankees. Sick of this. How would you explain to me what kind of game you got?
A more explosive Penny Hardaway in the 90s.
Football, who's your favorite football team?
Dallas.
Tell me about your eating habits. Are you really into what you eat?
Well, yeah, I think so. You know, I got a lot of advice about, you know, you play so many games, you got to make sure you stay up on your eating habits. So I went out and grabbed me a chef, call him G-Unit, and, you know, he pretty much made me everything that's healthy. You know, every once in a while, you know, I'm going to get out and have, you know, a burger or something, you know, because, you know, I'm still 19 years old. I can't get away from it yet.
Way up top, and LeBron James will rock the rim.
The dream of playing in the NBA, is it everything you thought it would be?
It's everything and more. And there's no other place that you want to be.
Go ahead and tell them what you got. I'd rather see it.
Let me see what you...
you want to roll it around? You're going to pull it around. Go pull it around, Rick. Go pull it around.
If you could have any other job in the world, what would it be?
Oh, man. I don't know. That's something I never really thought about.
All right, I'm gone. All right, better see y'all.
I probably might be interviewing you. You'll probably be in my position, I'll be in yours.
I'll take that. Somehow I don't think LeBron.
Everything's going pretty good. You know, I'm over here enjoying this place. Yeah, so how it feels, you know, your first All-Star game. It feels pretty good. I'm wearing some dyed-out sneakers today. They spin when the rims is, when you move. It looks pretty cool. Hey, Mr. Carter, can I give you an interview? How does it feel to be an All-Star?
Man, it's a great feeling. I just enjoy being here, seeing all the fans having a good time.
Let's go with Carlinko. What if he was on the same team? What would happen if he was on the same team after 2 and 3?
Derek, we're Working against Karolinko, got it blocked.
They're going to block everybody. It'll be scary. Very scary. My kneesy right here. You know how we do it forever. Sacramento. Big Jesus, can I ask you a question? Yeah, of course. How does it feel to be a legitimate all-star? And first off, it feels good to be in an all-star game with you.
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to you.
Thanks a lot.
Hell of a player right here.
Oh, John Sally. Tell me late.
I was at the other place. Come on, give me some crap for being late. I'm not late.
Fired.
Penetrating off the glass with Sam Cassell. Why is it that Sam Cassell is in the All-Star game?
Why is it that this is his first All-Star game? That's the question.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
why is it that?
Come on, Spidey.
It's only his first game.
Like you was when you played, you was underrated in Detroit, right?
Right.
Underrated. Underrated. When you was young, you was a John Sally fan.
No doubt. You from Georgia Tech. I'm a South Carolina boy, so I had no choice. You ACC, no doubt.
You didn't go to college, though.
I know that, but that's still can be a fan of old school. You definitely old school, aren't you? Because you old.
Why have you not sat on my couch the best damn sport?
Because you never asked me to get on the show. I would love to come to the show, man.
Practice? No practice. We want you just to be in the show.
But why you say that? Why you say it like that?
Because it's so good. I just want you to say.
Why y'all driving me crazy about that, man? I practice, man. I love to practice. I wouldn't be here.
No. I was thinking about coming and coaching the Sixers. I got, 52 days in me.
That'll work.
52 games, $4 million. Can you hook it up?
I don't know about that.
So this is the Larry O'Brien trophy. I happen to kiss it. It doesn't mean I'm funny. It's just that one of the times I won it, which happened to be 4, I kiss it a lot. So how you doing? You miss me? Oh, you give me the silence. Oh, you get that to San Antonio, you think you're big time. Well, you don't have to talk to me. I don't need to talk to you. All you're going to do is sit here and look ugly. But I miss you. It's been a long time since I walked down that tunnel like that. So it's almost game time. I did a little bit of stretching, a lot of talking to Darryl Dawkins, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to come in fourth. 5, 6, 7 missed threes, but I hit the big one. And I try to make it funny just to get in my rhythm. I should have won that. Highly disappointed. But once again, I predicted me coming in fourth. I'm the Pete Rose of basketball. So what did you think about my performance?
I think I love the match shot. Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, that was great.
I know you was mad at me because I went and did the layup. Sally, you cost me 12 seconds, man.
How many?
And money, man.
No, not 12.
12 seconds and money,
20.
man. I got kids, man.
26 feet.
I got to get this paper, man. I'm out.
You knew you was going to win. I told you. You set it up.
I think something was wrong with the balls. I really am blaming you on this one.
Well, you know where I am.
Yeah.
Where am I?
In Magic Land.
Okay.
Welcome to Showtime.
Enough said. You know we was on lose. Come on, man.
Not doing any interviews.
So I hear you want me to be general manager of your new team.
Definitely. That's without a doubt. I would love for you to be general manager of my team. I think you have the wisdom. I think you have the personality, the drive, and determination. You're a man of many talents. I loved your acting debut in Bad Boys. I thought you stole the show. It was Joe Pesci-ish. I just loved everything you do. But I'm still not doing any interviews.
Jay, you got a team in our hometown. Huh? You from Brooklyn? You got a team in our hometown, and I think you should have a general manager that is very successful in the league and knows Brooklyn.
I was thinking about that. I was trying to get in touch with you. I was thinking about that.
So you do lie like an owner already. Me and Tom like bigger women. Since you all small now, you might be moving. I don't know. You're small. You might be moving out of the big woman situation with me and Tom.
You know what? Shapely, sexy, full-figured is still in style. I like that. I don't know about you.
You're still my favorite.
I love you, Mike.
I'm the last one to interview you when you were single.
Go away.
Hey, take it off. I can't see it.
No.
Yo, it's time for the All-Star game. It's about time I sent it to my man, Ron Artest. Ron, take it over.
It's been fun hosting with the Best Damn Sports Show. It's a great opportunity to be able to say damn on TV. And I'll see you soon.
Good job, Sal. Hey, Ron Artest, small forward for Phoenix Suns. Probably my rookie year when I went the wrong way. They would never forget that.
And Marion gets it, and Marion is going the wrong way.
You know, and I had a couple other ones, but I ain't gonna talk about that though. See, my mother, you know what I'm saying, by far. You know, I think, you know what I'm saying, she just real power she had, and me coming up raising me and my sisters, you know, and just pushed me even harder to strive for the best and to achieve my goals and to help take care of them. Marlon Wayans. Yeah. He's a character in all the movies, you know what I'm saying? Real funny, you know what I'm saying? Like to have fun and enjoy it. So I don't know about his basketball game. He played above the rim, but, you know, his basketball game ain't nothing. But, you know, I think as far as the character-wise, personality, yeah, he can play that to a certain extent. And I'll probably make him all 15 last year. It's an honor, you know, and I think everybody should at least get the experience at one time. I think it's one lifetime experience. You know, I think, you know what I'm saying, they the real heroes and stuff over there. And, you know, what they doing and sacrificing for us, you know what I'm saying, to live the lifestyle we live in, man. It's unbelievable. I love music, so it's like I can't really have a favorite song, you know. It's just I hear something and I know what it is, you know, especially it's old music. I love old music, you know. New music it got some hot joints out right now. I gotta represent my man, Kanye West. Shout out, you know. Light skin friend look like Michael Jackson got on his all right.
Again, as we were talking about,
So I just feel good.
Will's mom, 53-year-old Rose Robinson, was hospitalized with diabetes after his freshman season. And although the Chicago native and youngest of 8 children took the long route to Georgia Tech, Coach Paul Hewitt didn't mind waiting.
I think, number one, the guys are excited to have him because they realize, especially with the type of pressure defense we like to play, to have another guy that can put pressure on the basketball. He'll help a guy like Jarrett Jack, who's been logging heavy minutes. I think he'll also help a guy like B.J. Elder, who doesn't have to play the backup point guard. B.J. now can just concentrate on being a 2-guard.
Bynum's move from the desert to the south has worked out perfectly. He's becoming a driving force on one of college basketball's most surprising teams.
Doesn't have numbers. Takes it anyway and scores it. What do you mean he didn't have numbers? He had Wake Forest right where he wanted it.
Making things happen, being able just to create out there. That's what I bring to the table. Try to turn up the game, get it fast, going fast pace. Just keep the pressure on the whole time I'm in there.
In a 3-game tough stretch, Bynum went off, scoring a career-high 25 against Maryland, 20 in a win at Wake, and 17 in a loss to the Wolfpack. The timing couldn't have been better. It was just last season that Tech was searching for the perfect combo guard, one that could handle the point guard spot but also score. They found the will, and he has found the way. Now for some programs, bench is a bad word.
Kansas, Colorado, Texas, Texas Tech, Baylor, A&M, Iowa State, Nebraska. Who's the only Big 12 team they haven't beaten? You got it. Tuesday's opponent, Missouri. Second half, 50-39 Oklahoma State was down. John Lucas hits the 3. Watch Lucas, goes down, keeps his head, keeps the dribble, drains the 3. Nice. 68-62 Missouri up. Ricky Paulding, the long 3, top of the key, Paulding at 31. Final seconds, here we go. Tied at 73. Thomas Gardner's 3. No, off the mark. Tip in, too late. We're going to overtime. In the OT, Tigers found themselves down 3. Gardner gets the rebound. This time, nails a 3. Tied at 82. Last chance for the Cowboys, still tied. Lucas, the drive layup, no good. Can you say double overtime? Arthur Johnson nails both of his freebies. Missouri a 1-point lead. Last chance for Oklahoma State. Plenty of time. Watch John Lucas. It's a one-man game. Surveys the situation. He wants to be the man. No good on this night. Tigers pull the upset. It's the 4th double overtime game ever played in the series between these two schools.
Nets looking to win an NBA best 14 straight. Lawrence Frank looking to go 13-0. You know, Frank used to work for Bobby Knight at IU as his manager.
There's nobody, to my mind, that can be a greater example to people who want something than Lawrence has been.
I think that was a compliment. Nets down early to Toronto. Kenyon Martin, 25 points, 15 boards. Then a bit later, Kmart still hot. One of 5 Nets in double figures. Nets shot 45% while holding the Raptors to just 39%. Now we look at Martin's numbers before and after Coach Frank. Okay, his field goal percentage is better under Frank. Rebounds about the same. Points per game better under Lawrence Frank compared to Byron Scott. Let us pick it up now in the third quarter with the Nets up 16 against the Raptors. A top 10 nominee. The pass to Richard Jefferson for the sick jam. You need another look. Our Jeff with a finish. He had 10 points, 5 boards. Martin could not be denied. Sweet move, and then in the fourth, Kidd inside. Kidd had 7 assists. He also had 17 points. The Nets also won their 14 in a row. Jason Kidd, what about the Timberwolves coming up?
This is not the championship game tomorrow. I mean, everybody's talking not game 7. I mean, are we getting ahead of ourselves? It's not the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's going to be a great test. Lawrence Frank is 13-0. How about you, Greg Anthony? What do you think about this?
Significant test as they move forward towards the playoffs.
You're right, Greg. Only 4 teams during this win streak have had winning records. Now, even if the Nets can beat the Timberwolves in Minnesota, they have the Lakers in New Jersey on Sunday with the Heat sandwiched in between. Keep in mind, New Jersey has faced just 1 team from the West during its 14-game win streak, and 4 of the Nets' 5 games are against the Western Conference.
Stay in a hospital overnight with a sprained neck.
The Knicks looking to win in Sacramento for the first time since 1997. This game was decided in the fourth quarter. Tie game, not for long. Peja Stojakovic, league MVP candidate, 9 of 20 from the field. Kings up 3. Stojakovic again. Behind the back dribble and then nails the J. 27.6 boards for Peja. Next possession, Mike Bibby. Oh, that was so easy. 28.6 boards, 5 assists. Kings up 9 and continue. Divac, he had 9 assists, 14 points.
Spurs, the other team ahead of the Lakers in the West, an amazing 20-2 against the Rockets over the last 6 seasons. And when it comes to defense, you don't mess with Texas. Both teams in the top 3 in these defensive categories. First quarter, let's D up. The Spurs were up 1. Bruce Bowen is thinking about getting this shot away. Yao Ming says, I don't think so. Still in the first, Tim Duncan's got the block on Yao himself. It's payback. In the second, Duncan blocking Cuttino Mobley. He doesn't play favorites. Still in the second, here's Mobley. Strips Tony Parker. Gonna get it back. Mobley had 11. 2 of the easier ones. Game tied at 44 at the break. Third quarter, Spurs up to Robert Horry. Deflection. Parker gets it. Looking ahead for Tim Duncan, a top 10 nominee in motion. Spurs up 4. Fourth quarter at a 12-point lead. Duncan to Manu Ginobili. There's the long pass. Duncan had 27 points, 13 boards, and 5 blocks. And the Spurs a winner by 11 at home.
No more Garcia Pares at 3, but Chris Taft is there for the Monster 2. 12 boards, 12 points for Taft. Krauser, same spot. Nails it this time. Pitt within 1. 9 boards, 26 points on the night for Krauser. Good give and go here. Troutman with a nice block, right? Taft takes it up, back to Siobhan Troutman. 13 points, 8 boards. Pitt shoots over 52% and wins easily.
8th ranked UConn of St. John's at the Garden is figured to get ugly early. First half, keep your eye on Emeka Okafor. He's going to disrupt the shot. There's the disruption, and then sprint down court, wide open for the easy dunk. Okafor leads the nation, his 18th double-double. He's got 47 career double-doubles, lead all active players. St. John shot 9% in the first half, although this is in the second half, didn't shoot particularly well. Leads to the UConn break. Talik Brown and Josh Boone. St. John sets a school record, most losses in a season.
Notre Dame 2-6 against ranked teams. Mike Bray knows that. Needs a big win. Right here against Providence would be nice. Here's some information about the Irish. 13-10 overall, just 7-6 in the Big East. RPI 54. Last 10 games 5-5. So how did the Irish fare against Providence? Ryan Gomes goes to work, but it took him until the second half. Gomes says he wasn't into it mentally in the first half when he scored just 2 points. And then Gomes again lights it up, nailing the 3. Friars looking to win their 5th straight. Gomes was going to make it happen. 8 of 18 from the field, and then Gomes lay it and won. 9 of his 12 boards came in the second half, and 23 of his 25 points came in the second half. Providence improves to 7 games above 500 in the Big East for the first time ever.
16th ranked North Carolina and Virginia came down to the final shot. Cavaliers have won 4 straight home games against the Tar Heels. Second half, Virginia was down 2. Devin Smith for 3 had a team-high 20, 12 coming in the second half. Next plays Raymond Felton to Sean May. May had 20 of his own. UNC up by 1. 10 days ago, Todd Billett, remember, hit the 3, beat Georgia Tech. Let's flash back this past Saturday. It's Billett time again. This 3 beat Clemson. Everybody watches videotape these days, right? Might want to guard this guy. Under 20 seconds to go on Tuesday. Billett pulls up for 3. He had 12, a big 3 of the 12 right there. Cavaliers up 2. 5 seconds left. Felt nearly turns the ball over, and not the look you want at the end. Virginia, a winner, 7-3 in their last 10 meetings against UNC.
Warriors Pacers. Ron Artest returning to practice Tuesday, but he's got a cast after having that surgery on his left thumb. To the game, Jermaine O'Neal with some good defense.
Down the floor, O'Neal gets back and says, oh no, to Dampier.
Yeah, oh no, all right. 4 blocks for O'Neal, 9 for the team. Artest, a big fan of the defense, can't you tell? Fourth quarter, O'Neal on fire on offense. Jermaine, 34 points. Pacers crushing the Warriors at home.
Mark Cuban's in the news again. We'll tell you why later. As Mavericks hosting the Clippers, Antoine Walker and the Mavs, their 100th consecutive sellout at home. Watch Walker in the first quarter, sets the pick, forcing Marko Jaric to guard him. Gets the pass from Steve Nash and easily beats Jaric for the lay. And Walker at 18 in the first half. Only 21, though, in the game. Third quarter, Mavs up 22. Nash the drive. Nash had 12 points, 8 assists, and Dallas a home winner easily.
Sixers visiting the Hawks. Close game in the second. Chris Crawford looking for space, looking for create, and finishes. Hawks by 4. Third quarter, though, Aaron McKee. Boy, Sixers having all sorts of trouble. Going 10 minutes, 42 seconds without a field goal. That would be 0 for 18 from the field. McCaskill, no. Sixers shot 36% for the game. Samuel Dalembert, he of 4 point total of the game. And Eric Snow even. Eric Snow! He had 17 points, though, even though he missed that. Steven Jackson hits the 3. Hawks make it look easy. 24 for Jackson.
It made some. In the second half, Creighton was down 53-48. Johnny Matthews the miss, Brody Derin the rebound, and the putback. It's a 3-point game. Later in the second half, still a 3-point game. Brooks going to nail the jumper. Salukis 23-2 for the first time since 66-67.
Big Ten, Michigan State visiting Michigan. Tommy Amaker's Wolverines on the bubble. Let's look at the resume, shall we, Tommy? A record of 15-8 for your club, 6-6 in conference. You see the strength of schedule, 5-5 in the last 10 games, and an RPI of 50. You need a victory. Wolverines by 9. Chris Hunter. He played only 11 minutes. He had 5 points. There's 3 of them. Michigan by 12. But Michigan State making it a game only down 2. Allen Anderson, the miss. Paul Davis, I go crazy, ties it up. 13 points, 8 boards. Michigan State now up 2. Chris Hill. 3 of his 19 points, he had 6 boards. Michigan State 9 of 15 from 3-point range and gets the win over the Wolverines.
Alabama-Auburn is seen on ESPN Super Tuesday. Let's just say everybody in this game was on the bubble. Here's the bubble breakdown for both teams, both 13-10. Bama's got the toughest schedule in the nation, both with losing records the last 10. Bama does have a better RPI. To the game, final seconds, first half. Ian Young from just inside half court, bang. He's pumped, clearly a top 10 nominee. Auburn up 43-35 at the break. Now to 10 seconds left in the game. Alabama down 1. Emmett Thomas for 3, no good. But wait a second, they fouled him. Cliff Ellis can't believe it either. Thomas would make 2 of his 3 freebies. Auburn down 1. Last chance, Quinnell Brown, no good. Tide get out of Auburn with the road win. Auburn's bubble may burst. Speaking of which, a look at those bubble teams and what took place on Tuesday night. Missouri now on.
Exactly where you are in the league, where you are in the bubble in the nation. So you have to explain that to them and make sure they understand it in squad meetings. But by the same token, motivation this time of the year is mostly about focus, preparing for the next team, and then playing 40 minutes straight through without letting up.
You know, it's unthinkable to think about this.
Orlando, it's home to Tracy McGrady. Exactly. Take another look at it. What a dunk by McGrady, a top 10 nominee. He had 31, a game high. None of his teammates had more than 12. Under a minute left in the game. Blazers up 3. Rod Strickland drains it for the tie. They're fired up in O-Town, and we're going to OT. Blazers up 3. Theo Ratliff, huge block on Stephen Hunter. Ratliff had 9 blocks later in the OT. Derek Anderson hits the jumper. Anderson at 18. Portland wins their 4th in a row, matches their longest win streak of the season. We're playing Fact or Fiction NBA style with Rick Bucher and Stephen A. Smith. And guys, let's talk Blazer basketball for all the right reasons. Trying to have some good guys off the court and good players on the court. So Rick, we'll start with you. Fact or Fiction, the Blazers, not the Nuggets, make the playoffs?
I got to say fiction. Looking at the 2 schedules, Portland may actually have the tougher road ahead of them. Denver has too much of a lead for this late in the season. I think they've got enough firepower to get it done.
I really don't care about that. I'm going to say fact simply because the Portland Trail Blazers acquired Theo Ratliff, one of the premier shot blockers in the game. That was the ingredient that they were missing. You know that these guys have an abundance of talent. It was just a matter of getting the right guys to gel together, and certainly Theo Ratliff does not need the basketball to play exceptional defense, and you've got Sharif Abdul-Rahim at that small forward spot to get the job done for you offensively. I'm going to say fact.
The Cavaliers, wow, after that 25-point come-from-behind win against the Hornets on Monday night, they'll make the playoffs. Fact or fiction, Rick?
Fiction. The season is not made out of one game. It's a nice building block for a young team. The reality is the pressure of getting it done and making a playoff spot, particularly when you're playing from the inside out. Philadelphia knows what that's like. They've got a lot of players who know how to play under that pressure. It's a grind. Cleveland's never seen it, and their key guys have never experienced anything like that pressure. I'm going to say fiction.
I'm going to say fact simply because, number one, they're in the JV league known as the Eastern Conference. Number two, they've got to compete with Miami and Toronto and New York and Philly to get one of those last 3 spots. And number 3, they have LeBron James. I think he can get it done, and Tony Petit and Eric Williams have enough experience to help them.
Fact or fiction, Rasheed Wallace is the key to the Pistons' success. Rick?
Fiction. The key is Ben Wallace's offense. The problem is you can leave him alone at the offensive end. As great as he is defensively, that always creates a liability. It creates an extra guy to float around and cause problems for other Detroit Pistons, and offensively, they're just not strong enough to carry that. If he can give them anything consistently offensively, they can get it done. Rasheed is superfluous.
I'm going to say fact. I think Rick Bucher has been drinking too much latte along with Craig Anthony. Rasheed Wallace is the key. He's the reason that the Detroit Pistons are now the favorites to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. We don't care whether Ben Wallace gives us 5 points, 7 points, or 0 points, as long as he's averaging about 12 to 15 rebounds a game and blocking a few shots. Rasheed is the key, and I believe he will get it done. That is a fact.
Fact or fiction, the road to the NBA Finals runs through Los Angeles. And, Rick, we're not talking Clipper basketball.
That's a fiction. We don't know where that road goes. Right now, there's not a favorite. If there had to be a favorite, San Antonio is the defending champion. You'd have to say that it goes through that city. The reality is nobody has staked that claim. Certainly, L.A. has all the nice names. The reality is that team, as is, has not gotten it done.
Obviously, I'm going to say fact. First of all, San Antonio has Rasho Nesterovic. That's number 1.
You're
number 2,
Mark's
you want to be don't interrupt me. Number 2, you want to be enthusiastic and you want to say, hey, optimistic, and say, hey, Karl Malone will be back healthy. That has been the Lakers' Achilles heel all of these years. I'm assuming he's going to be back healthy and ready to go come playoff time. And last but not least, they have the Diesel, Shaq Daddy, the most unstoppable force in the game. That is a fact. The road goes through L.A.
You are unstoppable. Fact or fiction? Well, what we know now, Rod Thorne was justified by the firing of Byron Scott. Fact or fiction, Rick?
A fact, based on the fact that they'd never won 13 games under Byron Scott. Was it harsh for a guy who took him to the finals 2 years in a row? Absolutely. But the reality is the way this team responded, you have to believe that a change was necessary. You can't wait till the end of the year. If the family car is breaking down, you hope Dad takes care of that problem before you end up in the middle of nowhere broken down. He took care of it.
I'm going to say fiction simply because even though we can understand why Rod Thorne didn't and the fact that the Nets have benefited from the presence of Lawrence Frank, that doesn't make it justified that you get rid of the 2-time defending Eastern Conference championship coach. I don't believe that's the right thing to do. I'm going to have to say fiction.
All right, one word here on the way out, guys. Fact or fiction? Nice pass to the cutting Johnson, lays it home. Nebraska up 8 at the half. Johnson had 17. Jason Duraso hits the three. Bobby Knight's boys were out-rebounded this one 2-1. They're 44 points, the lowest since he took over.
The NBA Players Union has filed a Jazz as they look to extend their home win streak against the Sonics to 8 games. Michael Ruffin to Carlos Arroyo, no. Jerron Collins, yes. Arroyo did have 23 points and 9 boards in this game. Not only that, Carlos Arroyo also had 5 assists, and here's one of them to Andre Kirilenko. 27 points, 10 boards for Kirilenko. Rashard Lewis, what happened to him? He hurt his pec muscle, but he'd be fine. Raja Bell at 23. As for Seattle, they were just 2 for 21 from the field in the fourth, and they lose by 13.
Back to the ice. You see it all the time. Get traded Thursday.
Have won their last 14 games. Exclamation point, Richard Jefferson. Lawrence Frank, their coach, 13-0. He hasn't lost yet. Kid and Jefferson making it happen.
Number 6, Alabama Auburn, as the first half is expiring. Ian Young from half court. Number 5, that's me too, the defending champ. Sherry Beavis claiming the 6th straight victory for the town of Liberal, Kansas in the international pancake race.
Number 4, Blackhawks and Flyers. There's former Blackhawk Alexei Zhamnov. Goes glove side. They always go high glove side, and it never works.
This is in upstate New York. I've actually been there. Linda, you've probably been there too.
I have too.
Alyssa Crofts,
wow.
3-quarter court shot. Congratulations, Alyssa Crofts from Batavia, New York. You made Sports Center.
How y'all doing? As a little kid, I always dreamed to be in the All-Star game or participate in All-Star Saturday night. And just as a little kid, so excited to see all the players and just wishing and hoping one day that I would be in that game. And even last year, I went to the game last year, and as I sat in the stands, I was wondering if I ever would be able to play in that game. All my life, things always didn't go my way as far as being on the first team of this team or being an All-American or being a first-round pick. It never came, so this was justification for all that.
For Chris Anderson, All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles was an unlikely setting for a little-known player from a very small town.
We're in LA. Dunk contest tomorrow.
First person ever to dunk from the three-point line. Two-handed.
About a year ago this weekend, I was probably back down in Texas, just hanging out with my friends. That's where I grew up, and, coming from there, you're not very well known, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, go out there and show them what I got.
Oh man, 24-6, I think.
As a member of one of the most heralded rookie classes in years, Dwayne Wade saw All-Star Weekend as a chance to make a name for himself.
I'm very excited just to be down here with all the All-Stars, just to be a part of it. I'm very excited.
We're excited. We're in LA. That's all I gotta say. Miami is a nice place too, but this is the place all the stars. Just talk a little bit about All-Star Weekend being here.
I'm glad that it's here in Los Angeles. I'm sort of the ambassador of the city, so I'm gonna be looking to show people a good time on and off the court.
I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm glad the NBA and the fans voted me back here, man. Best believe me, I cherish all of it. Make a red.
It's always new every year. It's like you've never done it before. It's like you're being a rookie all over again.
Oh, 2004 All-Star game, man. I'm a veteran. It's my 3rd year. Come on, man.
I've had the honor of being here for some great All-Star games. The games are always a lot of fun, and there's always a lot of hoop on it because there's always some new guys out there. It's always somebody's first time, and it's always fun to be a part of that.
Way over there, on Sunday afternoon, I'll be playing at Staples Center. Dream come true. Dream come true. I feel like I'm on top of the world with this view right here.
I'm honored to be here, and I had to prove myself to a lot of people. Just to get out here and experience this opportunity is a great thing, and I'm just going to go in there real confident and try to take a dunk contest home.
You know what? You are just so good. You are just a great player, man. You add so much to the Nuggets. You know that? They said it's gonna be a crazy weekend, but make sure you have fun. Live the whole experience up, and just go out there when you play, and just have fun when you playing.
Hey, get this man on camera. That's my man right here. Straight out of the mill. I see, okay? Good luck, okay?
All right, no.
Okay.
First experience organized basketball wasn't good. I actually never really played. I used to sit on the bench a lot.
Dwayne's come a long way from those early days. Though only 22 years old, his college experience and role as a husband and father gives him a different perspective than most NBA rookies.
Last year this time, there was a lot of stuff going on. I was in college. I was in the NCAA tournament. I was going through a great season at Marquette, winning the championship for the first time in a while. My son was still growing up young, my new wife. So I had a lot of stuff going on at the time and a lot of stuff to deal with. Introduction, Vaughn, you just do the introduction.
I'm Savon. This is Tanya, my special. This is Eddie, my buddy. And we're on TV.
You got to share the people that's close to you that you love, some of your joys so they can feel it.
Considering Dwayne's down-to-earth personality, it seemed natural that he would step away from the glitz and glamour to show his appreciation for the history of the game.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Kid, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, I didn't know you was that good, did you?
I'm looking to meet a lot of different people. A lot of different people I grew up watching, different actors, actors, other basketball players that, this is the only weekend you can really be a fan. How you doing, Mr. Walton?
Good to see you. Larry?
How you doing, Mr. Bird? It's an honor to meet you guys.
You're the one of the 2 or 3 best rookies in the league.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
I wish you well.
All right.
Good guy.
How you doing?
You are having a hell of a rookie year.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
And I often use your name. I say, it's great. All the attention's going to Carmelo and LeBron while Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh are developing as great young players.
Thanks. That's my whole life. That's me. A lot of people always overlook me for some reason. So, I always take that as an encouragement to go out there and try to do, my best. And my best is, proving to people that I should be or I am one of the best players. And, hopefully I get the recognition.
As game time approached for the Got Milk Rookie Challenge, LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony commanded most of the attention. But even LeBron acknowledged it wasn't just a two-man show.
When two good players join together like that, I think it's going to be real fun. We bring so much to the game, and, not just me and Melo, the rest of the guys that's on the team, too.
Hit 4, go down, and get 3, and 5's getting 3. And 3's coming over here. There you go. Bam! 3!
That's it.
That's 1.
Rookie class is so strong.
Dwayne Wade 101.
We got to beat these cats. Yo, Tyrus, I want to win this game. Win! I hope so. Come on, dog. Oh, get on!
Alley-oop.
Where you going? Where you going? What? Where you going? Where am I? Where I'm going? I'm going to the hoop.
LeBron James with a reverse slam.
Hey, let's get serious. Bell.
They need to tighten up the deal.
We don't have to shoot a lot of quick jump shots. We can drive that ball to the basket, keep it spaced, and keep attacking.
LB, let's run.
And the steal by James. Long pass down to, there they are, Carmelo and LeBron having a great time.
James and Anthony didn't disappoint, while Wade also proved he was a rookie of distinction.
You get out there with some of the best rookies and sophomores, first and second year players, and try to show what I can do a little bit. And it's time to be a fan of the game, watch the dunk contest tomorrow, watch the All-Star game, and go out just have fun. That's what it's time to do.
Serve to full-fledged All-Star.
Start off another crazy day. How you doing, Tim? I didn't know this part of the NBA All-Star game. I really didn't. I never had a chance to see it, and now I'm seeing it being involved. It really is time-consuming, and but at the same time, it's part of it, and it's fun. And excuse me, my phone is ringing.
We're here with Michael Redd, his first All-Star game in his first year as a starter.
How does that sound?
I mean, I looked in the room a few minutes ago. I said, I'm here? Are you kidding me? I mean, Shaq and the Garnetts and Kobe's, and I'm one of those guys. See what happens? You believe in yourself? So many people, so many players have come to this league and never made an All-Star team, and we're good players. So as a young guy in the league, making an All-Star team is really huge to me.
Excited?
Am I excited? Yeah, I'm
It's different when you walk in here and you're an All-Star and everybody knows your name is up on the lights.
I came last year. There's a big difference.
Yeah, when you come here, you're just hanging out. You're like,
Who are you? I'm like,
Wasn't a first-team All-American. Wasn't a first-round pick. You know, wasn't a starter to this year, and now an All-Star.
And in comes 2 S's, 2 L's. What's up, man? What's going on?
What's you right now?
I'm losing.
You got Ray?
I'm not going to hang on to it.
Man, you do it, man. People really care about me, and I care about them at the same time because they've seen where I've been. You know, from a kid that didn't play his rookie year at all to now being an All-Star 2-3 years later.
Michael Redd had his own obstacles to overcome to reach All-Star Weekend. But no one's road to Los Angeles had as many stops as Chris Anderson's.
I made my journey over to China and Nanjing. Played over there 4.5 months. Came back and played in the IBL for a couple of months. And then the following summer, went to the IBA up in North Dakota. Played in the SWBL with the Sugar Land Sharks down in Houston. After that, I got an opportunity to play in the NBDL. And before I knew it, I was in the NBA playing for the Denver Nuggets.
Man, what it do? What's up with you, cowboy?
Everybody wants to participate in All-Star Weekend because it's just a great opportunity and a great honor to be here.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. You see the excitement in their face, man? People calling your name out. You've been doing good this year, boy. Being with the best players in the world, having fun. Dream come true.
A guy like Michael Redd, first-time All-Star, what would you say to him?
Play the game like you play every other game. You know, let it come to you. Just have fun and cherish the moment because you never know if you're ever going to get back in this situation again.
I'm happy for you, man. Congratulations, man. All right?
For me, it was similar to stepping onto the set the first time with Tommy Lee Jones. You just want to go out and you just want to do the best that you've ever done. But also you want to learn. It's like, what do these guys know that I don't know?
While Redd was flying high, Saturday night was time for the Birdman to take off.
2 summers ago, Kenny Satterfield gave me the name Birdman because he was just throwing lobs everywhere and I was just dunking on everybody and everything I caught off the rim. So they said I flew like a bird.
Your hairstyle totally changed today.
Yeah, it always changes. It's a secret.
Chris Anderson, he gonna do some monster dunks tonight. He got his hair ready. He gonna let the judges know that he is the white kite. This dude can get in the air. I've checked him out. The white kite is on the rage tonight.
Man, this boy got to do something about his hair, too. That's ridiculous. He was in a wind tunnel before the game.
Show a good show early and show a good show at the end. You know, try to pull off some crazy stuff right in the middle.
This is 6'10" Chris Anderson, who only played community college basketball before coming to the NBA.
That was nice. Cowboy! He's like unbridled funk right here. He just gets it done.
Okay. He's all right. He's all right. Hey, Birdman.
Anderson scores a 42 for his first dunk.
Get a man a 9, man. Man, 9, man. 9.
Hey, I got Fred Jones.
Slam dunk champion Fred Jones, a second-year player for the Indiana Pacers.
Chris Anderson's bird flight had a rocky landing. We'll see how he performed during his first trip to the All-Star stage.
What can I say? This is awesome. Awesome, man.
Star-studded spectacle in search of a Hollywood ending.
We have been counting down all week to this very hour. The stars have arrived. Jack Nicholson making an early appearance in the 2004 NBA All-Star Game is right around the corner.
As Michael Redd arrived from the red carpet, his fellow Eastern Conference All-Stars were dealing with a wardrobe issue.
They're too short. This is extra small. It's ridiculous. Yeah. They showed us a couple, 2-3 inches.
There was also trouble brewing in the West locker room when Kevin Garnett made a mountain out of a microphone.
No, I've been Mike. No, I don't like
What's one more time, then?
No, it's getting old. People tired of saying me and Mike.
Look at my face. It's ridiculous, man.
I'm allergic to mics, man. I'm allergic. I get coughing and...
I took Kmart shorts. These was mine, but I can't wear them.
Give me that mic. Give me that mic. That's how you gotta do, little kid. What you doing over here?
Switching up AI shorts. I got the smallest shorts in the bag and put them in his locker. First quarter.
Half.
Halfway through the second quarter. Shaq, I was bamboozled into putting on the mic.
Guys, can we get dressed? Let's go, here we go, let's go. Go out and have fun, but the main thing is go out, we gotta go out and still compete.
My thing is we're gonna be here for 3 days. We might as well win.
1, 2, 3, West, let's go.
East on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. East.
They're ready to put on a show for all those stars and everybody that's here in this audience.
I'm here sideline with Jack.
So I tell you what, we're in for one of the most exciting All-Star games.
I got ball. By yourself.
One, stack.
Where to go get that?
The East got off to a flying start.
Tracy McGrady going glass.
The West struck back with some two-man ball between Houston's Steve Francis and Yao Ming.
That's a long dude. That's a long dude.
Exactly what we wanted. Now the competition will start to surface.
Now setting up the pass for his Houston Rocket teammate.
Michael Redd heated up too, sparking an Eastern Conference run.
Boy, I'm loose now. You feel good now. Take your time, take your time. Yeah. Don't rush.
Shoot everything when it comes to you.
Good swing, Shaq. Good swing. Come on. Let's off, let's go. Shake.
And Jason Kidd found a familiar target to keep the pressure on.
Kenyon Martin from his New Jersey teammate.
Way to go, Kay. Welcome to the All-Star game.
The West needed to pick up its game, and Flip Saunders faced a decision that would be the envy of any coach.
Do you want to go with Shaq or the KG or the Duncan? Let's let Shaq run the lob. Yeah.
They're probably going to go inside. If O'Neal gets the ball in here.
He liked that move, didn't he?
Ain't nobody touched him. He looking in the there.
The big man from L.A. continued to roll. Shaq capped his one-man show with the signature play of the game, a coast-to-coast drive to the hoop.
Shaq got no brakes. He couldn't stop.
Hey, if they score, we got a timeout. If they score, we got a timeout. And that goes score. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, let's go. Here we go.
With the game on the line, Michael Redd was shooting for his own Hollywood finish.
And that wraps it up for the Western Conference.
The West has defeated the East 136 to 132.
Almost close. Almost. Almost. I know. Let's do this. Great game. Our blast. And Coach Carl gave me a shot to win the game, or tie the game at least. And we passed for my first All-Star.
Even though Michael missed the final shot, he certainly made them.
Welcome to California and welcome to the 53rd NBA All-Stars. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Any dog in the house? Any dog in the house? Shoot it down.
dunking on me and stuff, but you know, other than him,
I like seeing that. I like watching.
Other than him dunking on me, everything is good. Y'all excited to be here, right?
Here we go.
He gonna shoot the ball every time. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot. I told you.
Manhattan against 2 Niagara, winner in the field of 65. Manhattan up 9, make it 14. They're up 11, now 14 on the three-pointer there. Jason Wingate, the jumper for Manhattan, and they have a 5-point lead. All right, still 5 points, under a minute to go. Off the free throw, Juan Mendez scored 26 points for Niagara, and they are down a field goal. Manhattan up 4. Niagara needs something quick, and Lorenzo Miles shot block, recovers, and hits the 3 with 11 seconds left. We've got a 1-point ball game. Then Luis Flores, 88% free throw shooter during the regular season, misses the first. The bench in a state of shock, especially when he misses the second. Manhattan still up 1. So here come the Purple Eagles, determined to go to the tournament. The determination only can go so far. Miss at the buzzer, and Manhattan, second straight NCAA tournament berth. Missouri Valley Conference Championship. The artist formerly known as Southwest Missouri State, now SMS, dribbling against Northern Iowa. That was Barry Hinson, the SMS coach. Second half, Ben Jacobson for the dunk. UNI was up 12 then. Merrill Andrews drive, stops, hits the J. We are tied at 50. Time running out, still tied. Final seconds. Eric Crawford drives, shoots, misses, gets his own rebound, and misses the putback. We are going to overtime. Under 25 seconds to play in the first overtime. Oops, I gave something away there. Manuel Randall misses. Merrill Andrews, rebound. Pass to Blake Ahern. That's an NBA 3, SMS down 1. Final 10 seconds, 2-point game. Andrews backing down the defender into the paint. Number 1 goes for 2. We are tied at 62. We go to overtime. Number 2 in the second OT. UNI down a deuce. Jacobson. 3 ball. Northern Iowa up 1. And then Jacobson. He'll put the game away. And UNI going to the field at 65. They go on and win this game 79-74. Their first Missouri Valley Conference title. Coming up inside, Mary's in the West Coast Conference Tournament Final. The Zags the 1 seed, the Gales the 2. That was Corey Violette with a cleanup off the Kyle Bankhead miss. Still first half, E.J. Roll in the laner. And St. Mary's up 2 on the Bulldogs. Next possession for the Zags, Corey Violette, no. Blake Step, oh yeah. That tied it at 11. Still first half. St. Mary's down 4. Paul Moragni for 3. It's a 1-point game. E.J. Roll in the steal and the finish. And St. Mary's is within 2, still first half. Off the turnover, Roni Turiaf is going to take it down. And Gonzaga would lead at halftime. They're getting ready to start the second half of this game right now. And you can watch it live over on ESPN. And back, but in street clothes, still at least a week away from coming back. After tearing knee ligaments in December, Lakers down only 9 guys. Kobe and Horace Grant also injured. Second quarter, Shaquille O'Neal. He had 16 points and 10 rebounds. Here's a top 10 nominee. On the breaks, it's Andre Karolinko. Oh, the Dr. J finish, Utah 4. Fourth quarter now gets a little chippy. Shaq down low. And he's fouled. Check out the replay. O'Neal, in the process of getting fouled, elbows Karolinko right in the mug. Now keep that in mind as we continue this game. Shaq called for a technical foul there. Later in the fourth, it's O'Neal again. And look at this. Throwing down. But he's called for another technical. The Laker bench cannot believe it. Shaq ejected by referee Bob Delaney. Here's the replay. He elbows Karolinko right in the head on the way down. Remember their earlier confrontation. Phil Jackson, what is going on with the referees and Shaquille O'Neal?
I didn't see anything deliberate about that.
There was contact, but it wasn't deliberate. It was a follow-through after he dunked the ball. And it just takes a prejudiced person to see it. And, you know, Delaney's prejudiced against Shaq, and it's simple as that.
There you go, late fourth. Here's Kirilenko. He had 15 points, 14 rebounds, and five blocks. And the Jazz beat the Lakers 88-83. LA had won 5 straight against Houston.
For the Jazz.
It's getting harder and harder to officiate games involving Shaquille O'Neal. There's no question in the past he's picked up some ticky-tack fouls just from incidental contact. He's just too big and too strong. However, on Monday night in Utah, he had 2 fouls that were very questionable. The second one actually was no contest. The first one, he's caught in the block area with Andre Kirilenko on him. He goes right through with 2 arms. Maybe a little frustration creeping in there. I thought a no call. The second one, however, was a clear follow-through after Shaquille came through with a thunderous dunk. Listen, this guy's too agile. He has terrific body control. There's no way that you can say he's coming through and that's incidental contact. And Shaquille O'Neal cannot afford to lose his cool with both Kobe and Karl Malone out of the ball game already.
Sean Elliott, thank you. Nobody knows how Shaq feels. No active player, at least. He is one of only 3 players in NBA history to average more than 10 free throw attempts per game for his entire career, and the only player to be fouled more often than Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain.
Dallas hosting Phoenix. Jerry Colangelo has put the Suns on the market. $400 million. They're yours. You get Amari Stoudemire, and what a buy he's been. He has at least 20 points in 11 straight games and has led the team in scoring in each game. Now, just if he had much of a team around him, Phoenix might be, well, not in the hole that they're in. First quarter, Stoudemire. Hook me. Suns take the lead over the Mavericks, who had won 8 straight homers. Stoudemire. Float me. Phoenix is up 7. Second quarter. Where's Sean Marion? Well, the Mavericks have no idea where he is. He's right there in the corner. And he scores. That's a top 10 nomination. Marion, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. We go to the third quarter. The Mavericks are now up 20. Stoudemire, remember, you get him for $300 or $400 million. Stoudemire's streak of 20-point games ended. He had 19, and then it's time for an Erdinger. Dirk Nowitzki, 103-90. Maverick needs healing. Okafor battling back spasms. It's been a season-long struggle for the team's backbone and one of the game's top players. The Huskies struggled this past weekend, losing to Syracuse with a hobbled Okafor. Andy Katz has our back as UConn heads to the Big East tournament.
Connecticut's going to be very careful this week with Emeka Okafor. They don't want to risk any further injury to his back, not just for the NCAA tournament, but also for his NBA career. They may not make a decision about whether or not he's going to play in the Big East tournament until Thursday. He's definitely going down to New York and will participate as best as he can. But Connecticut's pretty much wrapped up a number 2 seed. They probably can't get a 1, so it's not worth rushing him into the lineup if he's not completely healthy.
Okafor's production this season, UConn would have been outscored and out-rebounded without him. Now, with him, they are 14th in the nation in scoring and led the country in rebounds.
For the first time since early January. No, Allen Iverson's got a bum knee. Had an MRI Monday. Results were negative. Second quarter, Desmond Mason just drops Willie Green. I'm making that a top 10 nominee. In fact, I'd like another look. 18 for Mason, who shot 7 of 8 from the floor. That is ill. More bad Sixers. Zendon Hamilton and Samuel D'Alembert. Well, they get all tangled up, and Brian Skinner throws down. He had 16 points. Second half, though, back comes Philly. D'Alembert from Eric Snow. D'Alembert from Snow again. Snow had 17 points and 12 assists. Fourth quarter, here comes Hamilton. This one is good for 2. Make it 3. Almost foul. Philly's first lead of the ball game, a season high 19 for Hamilton. Bucks down 6. Final minute. Michael Redd open for Herc. He had 20 seconds left. Redd not there. Misses it. Gets it back. Wild 3. Yep, 15.7 to go. Hurry up. Well, they could have got a better shot than that. Bucks lose 97-92. Sixers now 2 games back of the final Eastern Conference playoff spot.
James Gang in Atlanta. Cleveland has won 3 straight, 7 of its last 9. First quarter, Jeff McGinnis averaging nearly 10 assists per game in his last 7 dribbles. Had 10 in this one. LeBron, his favorite target. Second quarter, Cavaliers up 17, and the Hawks are feeling chippy, or at least Steven Jackson is. He's going to be assessed a flagrant foul for trying to bruise LeBron. James wants a throwdown. Steady, big fella. After the game, Jackson wasn't available to reporters, but he did have words with Carlos Boozer, who then shared his thoughts on what he thought Jackson was thinking.
He got a little rowdy, which was actually good for his team. It got his team pumped up. They had a great second quarter, but also got us pumped up. You know, we thought about it like, you know, they're trying to punk us, and we can't have that. You know, we can't go into the playoffs teams thinking they could take advantage of stuff. We grew up tonight.
Pumped up. No punking.
Yeah, did they get punked?
No punking.
Ashton Kutcher in the house?
All right, let's see. We've had punking and dunking. We need a top 10 play nominee. Tony Battie delivers Cleveland by 20. Beauty of the league is no league to say. Cleveland is now down to 1. McGinnis to James for a 3-point lead and another top 10 nomination. James had 34. Fourth quarter, tied Jackson. When he wasn't playing tough guy, was a tough guy to guard. He had a career-high 30, Hawks by 2. The fourth quarter featured 11 lead changes and 6 ties. James with the runner. There's another lead change. Cavaliers by 1. LeBron said afterwards he was so tired he couldn't get dressed. That we don't need to see. A little defense seals it for Cleveland. 108-102. Not sure if parody is the word here, but...
The sissy, and even if she did want to get busy, freaky like Missy and roll some up, you roll 3 blunts, you a free lunch, dog. Just keep it right there like Chingue. Your girl don't like me, how long is she being gay? Spanish girls tell you no habla inglés, and everybody wanna run to me for they single. It's funny how these whack need my help, running around when I couldn't feed myself. Dog, if I was you, I wouldn't feel myself. Dog, if I was you, I'd kill myself, man. Trips to Maui, out of town, I was outie. Rock so much polo, they start to call me Ralphie. Do me a favor, if your dollar's up, please pop your collars up, otherwise it look lousy. And when I come into your town, don't crowd me, keep you down me from the around me. I remember last year I was supposed to perform, everybody screaming my name, they wouldn't even allow me. I feel like standing in the midst of 100,000 haters, dynamite and C4 strapped around my waist, bloody tears in my eyes, hit the switch making sure every in the vicinity blow away and die, kill them off with an explosion, get up bitches, kamikaze on you hoes, I'm the sacrificial lamb, feel the fury flow out of every follicle in my body while you decompose, that with the blunt of dro in your hand. I'm up in the itchy for fucking with Twister, if you fucking with me, come and bet 50, cause it won't be an issue, got some nuts to come get me, then boy, you gon' get the picture, for flaming my swisher, the hollows penetrate through your tissue, mesh your fit up with your Give it to him. Mesh your fit up with your blood as I hear the cries of your homie screaming revenge. Got no mercy on them either. Go to war with the intentions to annihilate everything you stand for with the death of myself because I'm a believer. You want me to give it to him?
Give it to him fast. Give it to him.
I feel like standing in the midst of 100,000 haters, dynamite and C4 strapped around my waist, bloody tears in my eyes, hit the switch making sure in the vicinity blow away and die, kill them off with an explosion, get up, just kamikaze on you hoes, I'm the sacrificial lamb, feel it fury flow out of every follicle in my body while you decompose, that with a blunt of drum in your hand, up in the itchy fucking with Twister, if with me coming back 50 cause it won't be an issue, got some nuts to come give me the boy, you gon' get the picture, for flaming my swisher, the hollows penetrate through your tissue, get fit up with your blood as I hear the cries of your homie screaming revenge, got no mercy on them either, go to war with the intentions to annihilate everything you stand for with the death of myself cause I'm a believer, the blessings of sacrifice, a messenger who cometh after Christ, next one to glisten after ice, he is a bigger gamble than a pack of dice, I murder you and come at you again in the afterlife. Woo! Test the immaculate catch, you get splattered. Your back is split, scattered like stacks of tracks that get battered. I'm accurate. Cap your dome in the back of it. For wax, I get an axe to split. As the bloody trickles fell, this genia. Murder men like sickle cell anemia. Swell from bulimia. Repel like hydrocortisone. Fly you for your dome. Pack a dope that a hike can't snort alone. It's for your own. Good when I wax a nation. No vaccinations able to subtract the facing of black Jason. I'm axe embracing. You heard what I said? It's for your own. Good when I wax a nation. No vaccinations able to subtract the facing of black Jason. I'm axe embracing. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, into the valley of darkness, can't rip apart this, eat him as if a hawk is chewing through a dead carcass, mark his body with murder signs. 380s maybe, but I prefer the 9. Heard his rhymes cause he ain't heard of mine. Fly his head like cannabis, if a man of this, in it I plant a fist. Death is greeted with hugs and a kiss. The analyst mixes analysis, paralysis, from genesis to finishes, my style of diss while abyss. Takes you below the thrower, lyrical overflower, split them like protozoa, cause you don't know the boa. Constrict the paint, afflict the paints a perfect picture. It's like Hitler analyzed the scripture. Cause bus can get as graphic as Leviticus, cause every bit of cuts the winner thus, my esophagus puts in the sarcophagus. Yeah, this the real one, baby. I'm telling you, Chi-Town, stand up. South side, we gon' set this party all right. West side, we gon' set this party all right. Man, I promise, she's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insecure. The concept of school seems so secure. Sophomore 3 years ain't picked a career. She like, I'll just stay down her and do it. Cause that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new ears. Cause her baby daddy don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure. Couldn't afford a car, so down. Man, I promise. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on, come on. And when it all falls down, man, I promise. I'm so self-conscious. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. Rollies and Poshes that drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing past that for safety. Then I spent $400 on this, just to be like, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. You see, we live in the American dream. The people high up got the lowest self-esteem. The prettiest people do the ugliest things. On the road to riches and diamond rings. We shine because they hate us, floss because they the greatest. We tryna buy back our 40 acres. And for that paper, look how low we are stoop. Even if you in a Benz, you still a come on, come on. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on, come on. And when it all falls down, come on, come on. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on, come on. And when it all falls down, I say the police, that's how I treat them. We buy our way out of jail, but we can't buy freedom. We'll buy a lot of clothes, but we don't really need them. Things we buy to cover up what's inside, cause they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. That's why shorty's hollering where the ball is at. Buy Jordan crack, kid buy crack, and the man get paid off for all of that. But I ain't even gonna act totally up than that. Cause I went to Jacob with 25 now before I had a house, and I do it again. Cause I wanna be on 106 and Park, pushing the bands. I wanna act all horrific, like it's all terrific. I got a couple past due bills, I won't get specific. I got a problem with spending before I get it. We all self-conscious, I'm just the first to admit it. Yeah, come on, come on. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Now, Selena, you just like a seatbelt. You saved my life. Come on. I'm telling you, all falls down.
The only thing left to take is Rap City in the basement. Snatch the furniture, or here's the plan. Kidnap Big Tigger and hold him for 10 grand. Tell BET if they want to see him again. Bring Freeze, Annihilation, and a bottle of gin so I could get right to it. The game, I just threw it. Why I keep going platinum, I don't know, I just do it. It's cause I ain't finished. It's cause I know the business. It's cause the stuff I smoke is as purple as Grimace. From Mickey D's with cheese, I stay open. Y'all wonder why the ice cream machine's still broken. I'm too hot, plus I'm living the life. Only rapper that you know that got best of the booth twice.
I'm just gonna play hard and play in the team concept and try to get a win.
Team I'll be playing on, we're gonna win the game. What I have to do is just go out there and just dominate everybody for that 40 minutes. Then when we're out the court, I'm still friends with everybody. Basketball, even though it's about business, you gotta have peace and you gotta be happy.
I'm smiling and I had a good game.
Just play hard, that's all I'm asking. Just play hard. Right or wrong, play hard, let's go.
Enjoy this. You're here because you're the best. All right, let's go. Hard work, go through. 1, 2, 3. Hard work.
They're going to do well because they prepared well, and it's going to be a great game.
This is exciting. It's real exciting. These guys are all really good, and the NBA looks at potential. These guys are not even close to being what they're going to end up being.
We're looking to find out what kind of athletes they are, what kind of work habits they have.
great. The guys are playing hard, a lot of energy.
We down? We ain't down?
Yeah, we ain't down.
I'm supposed to step by myself. Down. You can't hold me, man. I told you can't hold me. Then once if I get high, it's over.
I ain't playing good. The white's coming over to set a pick, all right? As the white comes off, the white's rolling to the cup looking for the lob. All right, you got it?
Play some defense.
You're the ones out there in front of all these people, and you look bad when you don't play hard. You look bad when you don't get back and defend. And I mean, no one wants to look bad, obviously. If you don't want to play, let me know, because some of you act like you're in pain out there.
Just make it easier on offense. See if we can get it inside. We can get it in there, get it in there. Let's play together and do what we do. Am I making sense to anybody? Can church say amen? Amen. Let's play basketball.
White's playing, as always, very good and consistent. And Darius Washington always does it. Don't matter who he's playing against. He don't see defenders. Josh is slowing down right now.
Pass it, pass it, pass it. Oh, get back, get back. Let's go. Play some defense. Oh, get back and match up.
He has to motivate himself to always play at that highest level. When he does that, he's unstoppable.
Guys, some of you bad body language out there. Come on, just play. Have fun and play.
I see you, dog. You can score around the basket. Outside that, but you can dribble. So you better come to you. People go to the people that they'll see you several times. One game, they can break you down. Trust me.
Come on. Team on three. 1, 2, 3, team. Let's go. Oh, boy. Come on, get in the play, Josh. You don't play any D.
Now I know what it's like to coach in the NBA. Just sit here like a dummy.
Three, 2, 1. That's in. That's in. Oh. Good job. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Go, White. Go, good luck. MVP
the game.
But we got the hardware.
We ain't got this.
Quiet, the little one right here. It's always like this.
Get that little boy there. Get that little boy.
Too bad we didn't win. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. I got what I came before. You know, MVP.
Hey, man. Good job. Take another run.
You just got beat bad, man. 149 to 129. But, you know, the odds was against us. They had the white was killing, man. 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists. And then they had all the passing point guards.
Don't worry about this.
It was a tough game, but, you know, could have did better. I didn't score that many points, but I was beasting on the boards, 10 rebounds. I was kind of mad early, but I'm all right now. I mean, you're going to have point guards that are not going to pass the ball because all those point guards that we had on our team, they're scorers, you know.
Why he complained? The game over now.
So you mad for real?
Not anymore. I was heated earlier.
Hey, man, I gotta talk to you, dog. Look, you be tripping. Nah, he played all right. He was just trying to think too much. I just told him to let the game come to him, but he didn't do that. Too bad we couldn't come out with the victory. I mean, I got my teammates involved. I mean, I had 10 assists, but they gave me 6. But I had 10. Too bad we didn't win, but the one could contain the white. I mean, he was just submitting them on boys. I think he wasn't even playing hard. He was just letting people know, hey, so I can't be stopped, but I'm not going to embarrass anybody.
It was good. It was fun. We won. I got a big old piece of glass that say MVP on it. I had triple-double, 14 rebounds, 19 points, 10 assists. Ooh, I had more than 2 blocks. I blocked him.
Man, boy, if you'd have jumped the second lane, I'd have got you.
I knew when to jump.
If you'd have jumped the second lane, boy, you'd have been...
No, I wouldn't.
I like trying to tell you.
You had the forward momentum, of course.
You jumped the second lane, you'd have been my highlight reel, but I was on yours. I'm on yours now, though.
Game no, boy. I got to pack up because I'm leaving tonight. Tennessee. Appreciate it.
Good job, good job.
Reading, yeah.
You have any tips for us for our national championship?
Keep God first. Stay unified, stay together, stay strong. Y'all gonna be down at one point, but y'all gotta sit together, don't yell at each other. Because the team y'all playing, they made it just as far as y'all did, so they gonna be looking to win, y'all gonna be looking to win, but it's all gonna be mental. Person with the most mental toughness gonna win the game. That's it.
And like in a pros,
Appreciate it. Time to go into a long journey that's just about to start again.
The MVP, I deserve it fully, 110%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because anyone who got on me, I killed him.
Could have did a whole lot better than I did, but, you know, I'm not tripping.
Atlantic Records, and I had a group there called Original Flavor, which I wasn't too happy about the way I was being treated. And I didn't, at the time, I didn't know nothing about the music business, but I knew the way I was being treated wasn't
the
correct.
right way, huh?
You know, they be trying to have me waiting in lobbies and talk to you all kind of ways, and it's like, I can't do that. You know, I'm not from that place. And these guys, to me, were squares, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not gonna have a square telling me what to do and how to make music and talk about my personal experience. So Clark Kent was like, yo, this dude Jay is nice, but he's not for the politics just like you. And I think the only way he'd get back in the music business if he was with someone like yourself that, you know, really wasn't about kissing nobody.
So Jay was already in the music business?
He was in the music business, but he wasn't signed. And it was funny because, truthfully speaking, when I first got with Jay, I noticed he had on Nike Airs, and he's from Brooklyn, I'm from Harlem. I was like, oh, he's a cool dude, because cats from Brooklyn at the time didn't wear Nike Airs. You know, being out from Harlem, I had a perception of a Brooklyn guy. You know, those guys like to rob and steal, and Harlem guys like to hustle. You know what I'm saying? So to a Brooklyn guy, a Harlem guy is soft, and to a Harlem guy, a Brooklyn guy is just unnecessarily tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we look at things. But when we met each other, it was like we were exactly the same. We were about getting money, but we were thorough. So we kind of had a kindred spirit there. You know, we immediately became friends. And then from then, you know, the rest is history. Who's your favorite boxer of all time?
All time.
Who's the best that ever did it?
To me, I got to go Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali.
That's just, you know, for what he did for the sport, and, you know, his thoughts and his dreams about other things outside the sport, his beliefs. You know, Muhammad Ali stood for what he stood for, and, you know, nobody wasn't going to take it away from him.
I'm with that. I like him, and I like Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ray Robinson?
From Harlem.
You're a Harlem kid, you
yeah,
know
I'm a Harlem kid, you know what I mean? Well, who's after Muhammad Ali?
After Muhammad Ali, Marvin Hagler, because, you know, I feel like I'm going through a lot of things that he went through before he made it, you know, where nobody wanted to fight me, and, you know, people say you left-handed, you not excited, this and that. It wasn't that I wasn't excited, it's just that they didn't want to get beat up.
I can think that.
You know what I mean?
What you think about the state of boxing right now?
Man, I think boxing right now is only for the fans that enjoy boxing. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody in boxing who can bring, it needs a new life in it, you know what I mean? So hopefully some new people getting in it, you know.
Some new people should get in it.
You know what I mean?
Bring some pizzazz into it. Maybe so.
Yeah, boxing
Maybe
need that, man. Boxing need that.
Well, what can we do to raise the stakes, man, to make people work harder like that? Shit.
Well, like I said,
I haven't even that excited about a heavyweight fight in a minute, man.
We need some young, entertaining heavyweights, you know what I mean?
A lot of them heavyweights ain't looking like they in shape.
At all. They coming in there looking flabby, you know, no stomach. No stomach muscle.
Foreman's talking about coming back.
Foreman got too much money. He needed to chill out.
I think he just don't respect nobody in the heavyweight division. I think he thinks he can knock anybody out or at least move around with
him.
him.
He got that punch, but, you know, can he take that punch coming back?
What about a young Foreman if he got in the ring now? It wouldn't even be nothing, right?
Nah, I think Foreman destroying him. Foreman hit so hard. And yeah, he was never a really slick boxer, but he hit so hard. And I mean, I don't think these young fighters really seen that kind of power. I mean, these young fighters, everybody want to throw that one big punch, but they don't want to learn the game. You know what I mean? Now, you get a big fighter that learn the game and that can punch, he going to take over. It ain't gonna be no third fight. We gonna end this. We gonna end this the second fight.
My man got something for you, but
ain't nothing he can do. Your man punch, he nice, but I couldn't feel nothing, so he can't hurt me, and he can't outbox me. He quick, but he can't outbox me skill-wise. You tell him. You can call the president and tell him.
What happened to my man Roy?
Hey, but you know, this is what happened. Both of them, let's straighten this. Both of them, my homeboy. Roy was my promoter, but my man Tino Tava is my man I hang out with in Florida a lot. So both of them my homeboy, but you know, Tava just called him. Tava always said that, look.
He didn't seem worried. What's your excuse gonna be now, Roy?
And he told him, you know what I'm saying? Tava always said, man, I could knock Roy out, man. And he went out there and did it.
What's Roy's next move? All right, you Roy.
If I was Roy.
What you saying when you after that fight?
After that fight, if I was Roy.
I didn't really like what I heard when he. I didn't really love that when he was saying that.
And I said, look, you know what I'm saying? The man, I got to give him his props. He caught me. He came out here. He caught me with a good punch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might say it's a lucky punch, but he caught me with a good punch. You know, I didn't get up. Cool. We're going to do it again. You know what I mean? Because I would be like, look, I can't go out like that. You got to do it. We got to fight again.
So he's got to do it again?
I think he's going to do it again.
I don't even want it to be about no money, no 60-40, nothing. He has to do it again.
He need to do it again because that's, you know, fans couldn't believe it. You know, a lot of people saw it and still didn't believe it. They asked me, was it staged?
What did you think about the first fight between those two?
Oh, and that, once again, that was another good fight. You know, Tava came out and threw it.
Who won that fight? That was a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at the draw, too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it.
I wasn't impressed with Roy in that fight, neither.
Yeah, like you said, he had to come down from
boxers don't make excuses, you know that. I don't even.
Now I was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that. You know how we do, Winky. Boxers don't do that. See, I was with Roy when he was, but he ain't fought nobody in a minute, so I got to see him really fight somebody. You know what I mean? Who would you like to see Roy fight?
Hold up. You saying Roy ain't really fighting him, but I got Roy fighting who they put in front of him.
No. He puts who he wants in front of him.
But who out there that before Tarver?
A champion should look for other champions. You know what I'm saying? So as I saw it, I can't see him fighting guys with day jobs.
Yeah, but from that division, you know.
He literally, we fought Frazier. Frazier's a cop by the day. He's a CO. Like, I used to spar Frazier. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see the best in the world fighting anybody I used to fight. You know what I mean? I don't think that's fair for the fans.
Yeah, it definitely ain't. But like I said, Roy, from the weight class Roy was at, it wasn't no big superstar names.
And nobody's ever in the light heavyweight division.
There you go.
So why would you go there?
Yeah, I understand. He got to.
Like, why go someplace where you know there's no challenge, and you're supposed to be the best in the world?
So where did he supposed to go from
either heavy or down, one or the other, but not stay there. That's in purgatory.
He went up the heavy. He went up there.
He fought Ruiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you think about Ruiz? I'm not really too happy to see anybody fight Ruiz.
Roy was going to fight small heavyweight. He was going to fight a heavyweight that wasn't as big a puncher.
Tyson.
And then Tyson, Tyson before. Tyson now, but Mike's still my man.
I don't even know Tyson is, I don't think Roy can mess with Tyson. But I would love to see that fight, though.
That's what the fans want to see.
That's what I'm saying. There should be fights that people want to see.
I think they need to go back on TV and say, look, HBO, when the fights come on, they say, look, who do you want to see this fighter fight? Put 3 fighters up there.
Right.
The fans vote. Right. Whoever they vote for, that's what they need to fight.
It should go down something. If I ever got into boxing, not saying I am, but if I ever did, I would definitely do something to change the state of it to where boxing became more of an event. Like, I would definitely make it another level of a show where it would be something that people would get dressed up to go to and, care, or at least have something invested in both fighters as opposed to just one fighter. Well, it shouldn't be like a fighter walk in and the whole arena just cheer for one fighter and you never heard of the other fighter.
Yeah,
that's not what boxing should be. It
shouldn't be like that. But it's like that because the networks are choosing 1 or 2 fighters to invest all their money in and market that one fighter, and you never knew nothing about this other fighter, even though this other fighter a good fighter.
So basically, I'd have to buy a network to change things.
Yeah, you got the funds to do that. So maybe, I think the boxing world need to see you in it. You know what I mean? So you need to think about that. Yeah, love that boxing, boy. That was fun. I like this. Yeah, man.
I like boxing.
You see the skill?
I'm saying on the all-time list, I'm finding who was the great and who did good.
I never thought Roy was pound for pound the best because he ain't fighting anybody. I think James Toney, if he get his leg better, could beat Roy Jones.
That's a fight they can want to see.
Tony got good defense, and he's not scared. He's going to hit.
Definitely not scared.
And what's the name? What's the name? Roy be fighting scared. No, I don't dislike Roy. I just don't like the fact that he doesn't fight. I'm telling you, I think if he would fight somebody, he'd be ill. Like that'd be my man.
What you doing? Listen! Don't buy the Fugazi DVDs. Buy the real Street Ball. The And1 Mixtape Tour Season 2. As seen on...
That's the gym here, boy. We at the gym. What's up, boy? Man, Shane gonna do it again in November. Like I said, he gave me my opportunity. I'm gonna give him right back. So,
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no doubt. I could have did other stuff. It ain't gonna be no third fight. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this the second fight.
My man got something for you,
Ain't nothing he can do. Ain't nothing he can do. Your man punch, he nice, but I couldn't feel nothing, so he can't hurt me, and he can't outbox me. He quick, but he can't outbox me skill-wise. You tell him. You can call the president and tell him, because it ain't gonna work. I ain't one of them dudes that rap a lot. I do this a lot. So we can handle it like this.
And like I say, man, congratulations once again, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
That's what I like about the gym. Because every fight is arrogant. Everybody in the gym is arrogant because they used to know how to fight. So they always feel they can say their opinions. I like that. Yeah, but on that, Shane's my man, but ain't really too much to be said.
You can't make no excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? He fought, he lost, and we'll do it again. So I want to know what inspired you, you know what I'm saying, when you was young?
I said Muhammad Ali had a lot to do with the way I attack my business. Like, I have to be able to talk it, but I have to be able to walk it.
Yeah.
You know, just like Muhammad Ali would play, but he said, I'll knock you out in the 6th round. More than likely, he was going to knock you out in the 6th round. And do it, you know, get serious when it came down to it. And I always loved that about him, but he always made things fun. Russell Simmons always opened a lot of the doors for hip-hop, so anything he did, I wanted to do. My mother actually taught me everything and gave me all the confidence that I have in myself, because she was an entrepreneur and she made sure I had the best of everything with what she had. And she taught me never to take no for an answer, and to speak about the things that I believed in, never take anybody else's opinions. And if I felt something in my heart, I should speak my mind, which is why I am the way I am today. She died when I was 15. You know, so she was actually my biggest role model, was my mom, you know what I'm saying?
So what would you tell, you know, young kids coming up to inspire them to, you know, to go for their goals?
Well, from my experience, there's not one business that I'm involved in that's really brain surgery. It's all effort. It's all about being thorough. So you have to understand it's what you put into your career is what you get out of it. It's just like as a boxer, it's how much you train, it's how good you look in the ring. Right. So you can't just think, all right, I'm gonna get into the clothing business and just make clothes and not learn it from the ground up. Or think I'm gonna get in the movie business and just make movies and not learn it from the ground up. You gotta do the research, you gotta train. So basically it's more about work ethic and having integrity and having honesty. It has to come from a good place. I would never ever make no money with anyone that's doing things that with no integrity or with a bad intent, or you know, like they may treat other people bad but treat me good. I'm still not getting into this. Everything has to come from a good place, because I'm only about positive energy, laughing, getting money, and you know what I'm saying? If you with me, I want you to get rich. My thing is to spread it, you know, to spread it around. So that's why I ain't really no big rise and fall or Rockefeller, anything under the Rock umbrella. That's why all the artists got, they kind of emulate, like you said, Beanie Seal got his own clothing line. He's starring in movies. He has his own record company, Cameron. I mean, look at the way Jay retired. You know what I'm saying? He retiring rich, and that doesn't usually happen in the hip-hop community. You know what I mean? He's leading by example. He's showing the rest of the world that a rap individual can make money and retire like a gentleman and retire rich.
The hookup is
when you punch somebody, you just feel them. Just how does that feel? Just go down.
Good. You just walk away from it.
Walk away from it.
Lately, I've been going a lot of distance, but you know what I'm saying. To me, it's more like a business now. It's like, man, look, I'm just gonna beat this dude up. I ain't really trying to hurt him, because this man might got a family, he might got kids, so I ain't really trying to hurt him like that. I'm gonna just beat him up, win the fight, and that's cool. But if I fight somebody who yappity yapping and you know doing a lot of talking, then I want to inflict pain on him. Then I'm trying to knock him out.
Has there been anyone that you really didn't like that you had to really knock out?
Not really, because I really ain't never had nobody say no bad things about me. You know, they might say a little bit of stuff, but nobody really just disrespect me or anything like that. So I pretty much just, you know, go along, beat them up, and hit them with the jab.
Just touch them up, get them
touch them up, do what I got to do, you know what I mean? Show them why I am who I am, you know what I mean? The undisputed. And I'm with State P, Team Rock, holla at your boys, Dame Dash, we doing it big, Rockefeller for life.
You know, I got dropped once when I was 18.
You did? Ooh, that chin.
Nah, it was.
He stole you. Did he steal you?
No, it was good money. You know what it was? Because I was kind of good back in the day, and I used to fight the pros a lot. So I was getting ready to spar, and one of the pros went and got his wife. Like, yo, watch, this the kid I was telling you about. He nice. So I was kind of gassed up. I had my left dropped. You know what I mean? So I threw it right, and this kid was a southpaw. Boom! I didn't even see the punch.
Just got up.
But all I was thinking was Muhammad Ali, right? So I went down. I didn't even know I was on the floor. So I just got up and held the rope, you know, with that one hand like Muhammad Ali used to do it. Then I got through it. And the thing that was messed up was the kid quit boxing. He stopped boxing.
Been good.
Well, nah, I just wanted to fight him again. I had to get that back. I never got that back.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
I remember seeing him in the street because I had a barbershop. I was like, I should go knock him, but I take that.
Leave it in the gym, you know.
That happens in the gym. You can drop
it. happens, you know what I'm saying? That's boxing, that's life.
It just don't happen to you very often.
It can't. I'm not trying to let it happen. Like I said, my man, we trying to be the best at what we do. And he there, I'm trying to get there. And you know what I'm saying? I can't take no shorts. And you know what I'm saying? It's been nice rapping with you, man. My man, you good peeps, man. I'm glad, you know, I got to do this. I hope y'all enjoyed me and my man Dame Dash hanging out. You know, I tried to give y'all an insight into the world of a man that built a dynasty.
Big shout out to all the boxers I respect. Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Winky Wright. He's definitely very humble. for a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, he walked in the gym and someone's challenging him about his fight with Chain, and he has a smile on his face, he's relaxed, he's confident about it. He didn't let that guy get the best of him. Matter of fact, he's like, look, B, I don't do too much talking, we'll just see you in the ring. But I've already beat him up, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that's a good thing. Like, a guy like me might be like, you know what, man, how come maybe me and you should go and move around. He didn't get like that, you know? And I think that's a very humble way to be, and very poised, very classy like a gentleman, and that's all that really counts. Getting hot in here, I'm a little sweaty, I'm feeling like I might need to get in the ring. Not with you, though. I don't want you to hurt me. I'm not, he's a southpaw, I don't mess with him too much.
It impressed me to have an individual to come from where he came from, to achieve what he has done, and, you know, that should give a lot of people hope. They're saying, look, if this man can do it, come from Harlem, you know, and he lost his mother at a young age, and he still did it, you know, I can do it. We out, man.
Harlem.
ESPN, we out.